Welcome to the Moto Academy Members Podcast. I'm Christian Gelauw, and in every episode I interview a member of the TMA community. Whether you're a member or simply curious about the world of motocross, these are the stories that inspire and unite us. This time we have Bert Belinger. I hope I pronounced it correctly. He's born 29 of October 1979. And he was born in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. Let us introduce him. Here we go.
How's it going?
Welcome.
How's it going?
Yeah. So, we had quite some preparations for getting this going. Although, how many times did we really connect for this?
Twice.
Maybe 2
It
times?
was super easy. You made it super easy.
Yeah. So that in itself, I would say perfect. That is. I have to point over there. I was thinking 79. I was born 73. So we're 6 years apart.
Yes.
I did not realize it initially, to be honest. It's always very difficult if you only see a photograph or a small video of a person. You have no idea what the age is of the person. Although, when you told me about your ages of your kids, I was thinking, oh yeah, okay, he must be a little bit younger than me. Or that is a little bit the feeling that you get from that. Huh?
Yes.
It's quite hard, eh?
Yes.
Would you imagine if you saw me that I'm 6 years older than you?
No, I would say no. I would guess about 40.
Yeah, that is difficult, eh?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that is always the case with things with videos and stuff like that. And the funny thing, maybe I share that also here a little bit. I do a lot of virtual training in my work, and then after 2 weeks of virtual training, these students they come to the training facility, and then I meet as the real person. And sometimes they're much higher, and sometimes they're much lower, and sometimes you're like, oh, he's pretty, quite some stuff on his body, so to say. And that's so funny, because in your head, you're looking to, let's say, a picture, although the person is even turning in the picture, etc. But in your head, you create a sort of 3D image that just happens in your head. And if you meet the real person, you're like, huh? Okay.
Yes, it's almost like a dream, or it's kind of bizarre that way, for sure. Meeting people that you talk to on the computer.
Yeah, exactly. That is it's a little bit like that. But at least, Bert, what is the nice thing about this members podcast? That was the idea also for me. I can at least introduce a little bit more than only, let's say, the profile that we have in our community app, the Moto Academy app, and that few lines, so that we get to learn a little bit more about you. So I'm very happy that you wanted to participate. You were like, yeah, but I'm just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's a regular guy in the app. It doesn't really matter. I think it is just cool that people that they would like to share a little bit more about themselves. And yeah, if you gave a comment, and people watching these podcasts, they get a little bit more idea who's the person behind giving that comment. Only the name, huh?
Yes. I've been going through your podcast this past week of other members, and it was very cool going through them and hearing, their side, their story, where they've come from, how they got there.
Exactly.
Like you said, but much better than just like, I live in Arizona. What's on the Moto Academy little description.
Exactly. So that was the idea of making this podcast available. And it's not so many yet, but to be honest, it also takes some time. Yeah, because I set aside, you do not know that, but I set aside my own editing 2 times now for you.
Yes, I appreciate it.
But I think you really need this attention, and I'm not the only one, because I just learned that you got your own badge.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I was talking to Crash Test Panda.
Yeah.
And I saw it pop up while I was doing that, but I didn't click on it yet.
Okay, so now let me show you. 1 second.
Oh, that's fun.
You're there. Look.
I like it. I like it. That's awesome. That
Is
is
that
so
cool or
cool.
what?
That
You
is
have your own
very,
badge now.
that is awesome. I like it a lot.
But for me, that is also really funny that, I mean, we have this podcast today, and today you have this badge.
I know it worked out. It's crazy how that worked out.
I think it's the universe giving this energy.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Let's go a
I
little
really
bit in, let's say, the general part of the podcast. I'm not going to make this big. Where we start a little bit the general thing about your life and a few questions in that direction. And the first question, where do you live? And we're going to look that a little bit in a way in how it is, for instance, compared to me. That's always what I do at the beginning. So it's a little bit funny to see for the rest of the world, where are we apart? So I'm going to go like this. And this is a map of the world. And the first question that I have, because I put this map on, and for me it's like a logical map. But is this for you a logical map? Because I think maps in the United States is in the middle or not?
Yes, yes. Typically, yes, you're right. Typically, the United States will be in the middle. I prefer this one because
Oh,
of the I forget what it's called, like the international date line,
okay.
where it's like like where the time zones start.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I like this one better.
Yeah, I think that is then a little bit next to the Netherlands because that is in England. That is where the timeline starts.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look in the middle of this slide, and I don't know if I can visualize that with a pencil or something. Do you see that? Yeah, over here.
Yep, I see it. Yeah, the blue.
Yeah, that small blue thing, that is where I live. Look how small that is in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Now, what I did, I try to put on the map a little bit where you are located. And then if a bird would fly from me to you, that would be 6,000 kilometers or 3,750 miles, something like that.
Yes.
It's a sort of thing that you have a sort of calculator on the internet where you can find it out.
Mm-hmm.
When I was calculating this, I was thinking, you do not really live that far away from driver Jamie.
No, no, we do live close. We've been trying to get together for a skate park bicycle session.
Yeah.
And our schedules haven't lined up yet.
Okay. Now, okay. The next slide, I ask you, can you share a little bit about, what you see if you go outside, so to say, in your region where you live? And I think this was the photo that you shared. I clipped it a little bit. Your boys are off here.
Yes.
But can you tell me a little bit? So, what do we see in this?
So this was taken at Hawk Mountain Sanctuary, which is it's close to where I live.
Yeah.
And what it is it's a place you can go and you can watch the birds as they migrate during certain times of the year. And there's a bunch of I'm gonna probably mess this up a little bit, but there's avid bird watchers that go there and watch like the eagles as they migrate, the hawks, and they can identify them. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I just see birds. Like,
yeah.
But they're like, oh, that's an orange tail something or other, and it's a pretty cool spot in the fall and in the spring.
Cool. Yeah, it is. It looks for me a little bit hazy. Is this the end of the day or the early of the day?
This was probably about 2-3 o'clock.
Oh, because there's quite some shadow, so there's a hill behind.
This was also this is a bit of an older picture too, maybe last year.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I remember Canada had some wildfires. And we were getting some of the smoke from the wildfires.
So that is maybe where it looks a little bit hazy. I was thinking it's the end of the day, it's smog or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
It could be total. That's totally a theory too.
Yeah.
That could be why it's a bit hazy.
Cool. Okay. Now, thank you for sharing a little bit your neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next thing. The next thing I ask a little bit. Okay, can you share a little bit about your family composition? And I said, if you like, we can also do some photos, and you did. So let's start with the family thing. I said, now take something where you are going to do something. So I think it looks like you're going to go for a walk, or
Yes, this was the end of a hike.
the end of a hike.
End of a hike. Well, we still had to go back, so we hiked to this spot. If you look, that water tower in the background.
Yeah.
When I was a kid,
yeah,
we would walk to that water tower, me and my friends and I, and we'd hang out and like goof off at the water tower. You know, just doing kid stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Throwing rocks at the water tower and stuff like that. So I took my kids up there to show them where I would hang out as a kid.
Yeah,
and
nice.
they as you can see, it's all fenced off now, but it wasn't. All
They're afraid that somebody would climb on it, or
yeah.
Okay, now let's go over the persons. You given me quite some photos, so let's go here first.
Yes, so that's my wife Gretchen. We met in 1998.
Okay.
As camp counselors, and we
camp
started
counselors.
Yes, we were camp counselors together at a camp.
Okay, cool.
Yep, and we met in 98, and then we started dating in the year 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and then we got married 2005.
Okay, so 2005. So you're now 20, almost 21 now.
Yeah, we're 20 years into this thing.
Yeah. Nice. Really nice. Okay. Let's turn the photo.
Yes, that's my youngest. That's Brock.
Yeah, that's Brock.
That picture there was taken at the Ole Fair. And we were watching. They have a tractor pulling.
Yes.
Just little tractors. That's what makes it kind of interesting. Similar to like a lawn tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys and girls have hopped up lawn tractors.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny to see, probably.
Yeah, it's cool.
So they have a smaller weight that they pull or something?
Yes. They don't pull like the big stuff. They just pull like a little sled.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like any other form of motorsports. They have different classes, like a stock class. And then moto. I don't know all the classes. We were going there just to watch.
Yeah, exactly. It's just for fun. I understand. But that is nice to do something with the family. That is always nice. Okay. Then the last photo that we're going to turn to for now.
Yes. That was Paul and I. We were this is a picture. This is a recent picture. This is from us at the two-stroke shootout at Sleepy Hollow Motocross.
Yes. Okay.
And we were Paul and I went. Brock, he can sit for maybe 10 minutes, and then he's got to be doing something else. But Paul will hang out, sit, eat some hot dogs. You know, he's a different person.
Yes. They also look way different. Let's say, put it in that way.
Yes. Yeah. Paul and I were. Yeah, that's from two-stroke shootout. We went there to watch and video for our video.
Yeah, so indeed, that's what you shared. You started your YouTube channel. We will be talking about that a little bit later on, I hope.
Yeah, so, for sure.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So I think you already mentioned something. So, work?
Yes. No, I am a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
Right now. Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
Stay at home. So I take care of all the chores around the house, cooking, cleaning, stuff like that, it's been a blessing because I get to hang out with my boys a lot.
Okay.
So as you could probably tell, they're pretty important to me.
I think for most parents, the children are very important. So
yes, for sure.
And that I think that should also be the case. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
If that's not the case, then I would worry a little bit. Let's
Worry
put
a
it in
little
that
bit.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, but you said that you were both where you met your wife. You were
camp counselors.
Yeah, camp counselors. So that
Yes. So
was your
for
provision before?
I only did that for 2 summers. So
Okay.
a quick rundown. I did camp counselor for 2 summers.
Yeah. Oh. Well, yeah, we're back. One second. Yeah. Can you try speaking? No, the audio is gone. 1 second. Let us go back a little bit into what we were discussing. So we were talking a little bit about work. You were talking about counseling, doing that for 2 years.
Yeah. So I did camp counseling for 2 years, 2 summers.
Oh.
I did auto body for a while.
Oh.
And then 2000 in the September of 2000, I joined the Navy. So from September of 2000 to May of 2007,
okay,
I was in the Navy. Then
that is a long time.
Yeah. I did two enlistments.
Okay, so one enlistment is 3.5 years then.
The first one I think was like four-ish, and then the next one I only re-enlisted for 3. Yeah.
But it's a long time from home.
Yes, and that's where we went. So when I was in the Navy, I was stationed down in Virginia, and then I got stationed out in Nevada. So I stayed in Nevada from 2005 to we just moved back about 2-3 years ago to Pennsylvania.
Okay. And so you decided, okay, I will be the home dad, and you're going to make the money.
Yeah. For now. When I was out in Nevada, I went to college for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I was a substitute teacher for a while.
Oh, wow. What kind of teaching did you do?
Just substitute. So like I would fill in wherever they needed me to.
Okay.
And then I substituted for pre-K through 8th grade. I didn't want to do high school. I don't like high school age kids.
Okay.
So I stuck just pre-K to 8th. And then after that, I worked on a farm for a long time, for about 5 years out in Nevada. Worked on it was an alfalfa and hemp farm.
Okay. Because to be honest, because a little bit for what you have been sharing, I had a little bit the idea. I was also in my questions in the email that I sent you. I was thinking, did he have a farm or something? That is a little bit what I had in mind a little bit with you. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have one, but I worked on one, and the boss was amazing.
Oh.
I did not want to leave that job. The job was so. Yeah, he was a really, really good boss. He didn't pay much, but he would help you other ways. He would like let you borrow equipment, let you borrow a shop. Cool. He bought me plane tickets because he's a pilot too, so we get like flight miles.
Okay.
He would use those miles to get me tickets to come visit Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
so
cool.
He was super. Like I said, he paid okay, but he more than made up for it
as a person,
as a human being, right?
Yeah. But I think if that person is like that, and he also understands, like, okay, this is for me safe to pay you, but I can be the best person to be for you.
Yeah. Yes.
In the situation as this, and that's nice if he is that person like that, huh? Yeah,
yes.
It's really cool if you. Sorry.
No, and he's holding a car for me. I still have one more car.
Oh.
Back in Nevada that I need to bring back here.
Okay.
And it's on his property, and he's keeping an eye on it for me. And I haven't worked for him in 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Never bugs me about it. Hey, when you come and get your car, nothing. Just.
Yeah, it's probably also not in the way for him.
No, not on a farm. No. But super cool that way.
But is it interesting to get a car from Nevada to where you live? Is that not a long way?
Yes, it's about 2,700 miles.
Yeah, I mean,
or yeah, 2,700.
If is that financially interesting to?
Well, so the car, it's an older car. It's a 77 International Scout, which
so it's more a car to work on.
Right, it's a classic. So yeah.
Okay.
We've already brought one car back. We brought one car back. We got one more car.
And you're cleaning that up yourself as well then, that car? Making it into a nice new shining car, I would say.
Yeah, when dirt bikes aggravate me, we go to the car. and then when the car starts to aggravate me, then we go back to dirt bikes. It's like back and forth.
Yeah, okay.
And and the kids, like they like two-wheeled stuff right now. So the car it's in the garage.
Yeah.
But it's
lower level now.
yeah, exactly. When they 16, it'll probably be a lot more fun to work on it with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when we start driving here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Hey, next question. Let's have a look at the question if he wants to do that. Of course not. The focus is off. Music. Yeah, I always have that a little bit in. Some people play music. Some people only listen to music. Some people go to a lot of live concerts. I don't know. Do you have something with music?
I do pluck around a little bit with a bass guitar.
Oh, bass guitar.
Not a lot. Yeah, not.
Yeah, it's just freaking a little bit.
Yes. Yep. I just every once in a while I have one.
Yeah.
And it's there just in case I want to pluck around on it. That's pretty much it. And then I'll hear a song and I'll be like, oh, I want to know the bass line to that, you know. So then I don't even know the notes. What I do is I'll read like the tabulature. Like it's a funny way of putting the notes. So you just, I don't know. It's just easier. It's easier for me with tabs than it is with reading music.
Yeah. Reading music is not easy at all.
No.
It's for me, the intervals are so small.
Yes.
You're like,
I don't.
What is that again?
Yeah, that's why I like the tabulature, because it just tells you where to put your fingers.
And then exactly.
And then you listen to the song, and you'll know how long to let each note ring out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is then a sort of pattern that you learn. If you do it a few times, you can learn it quite easily if it's not a difficult pattern, at least. And
yes,
that's not for nothing. That's also why probably we like the song, because we can sort of recognize the pattern in our head.
Yes, yeah.
When playing music, it's following that same pattern again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really cool if you can sort of play along with a song.
Yeah.
I've done that, but then on the keys in my life more than once. But to be honest, I always find that I have two left hands for this. It's you have to practice that a lot, and then I don't know. I have the good fingers, they always say, but it feels like I don't get a translation correctly. From there to the fingers, I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then the timing is for me always very terrible off.
Yes.
I've been doing a lot of music making when I was younger, but that was more thinking out the music indeed, and then just setting it out on the computer, and then freak with that a lot of the time. Also, at some point in time, I bought an electric drum kit.
Okay.
So I thought, well, that is you do not have the notes, you only have the rhythm, and I thought, well, that must be easier, right?
Yeah.
So I can play a little bit on it, but to be honest, if you do not do this regularly, then it goes down the drain very quickly.
Very quick.
I have a book with notes, so I can read the notes, but it's only rhythm, in fact, for drum. And most of it, if I do very small, low tempo, then I can sort of still play it. But if I need to do a song with breaks and stuff like that, forget it. I cannot do it anymore. You really have practice a lot for that. At least
Oh, for sure.
that's my feeling.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Now, okay, music. If you listen to music, do you listen to music during the day?
Yes. Yes.
Is that just the local radio, or is there a special playlist for you that you listen, or?
It depends. It depends. Like
Okay.
sometimes I just want to hear local radio, like top 40 stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I'm not going to say we always, but we have an older stereo system that is on, I want to say like 98% of the time.
Okay,
and we just keep it turned down so you can hear it,
Yep.
but it's not loud,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So there's always kind of music playing in the house.
Yeah, no, that is in itself nice. I think I also, when I'm doing stuff, let's say around the house, I would also often turn on just the radio. It's a small radio, or it's my telephone on a speaker. It doesn't matter. But I'm also not really a person for playlists. First of all, I do not want to spend time making a playlist. That is already one thing. And then second, I'm just like, oh, just turn on the radio. Sometimes they also say something funny in between, and yeah, you have a laugh for a moment, and
yeah. And that's I'll do I won't make my own playlist, but if I go on a Spotify, like one of my favorite bands is Violent Femmes.
Okay.
So I'll put in Violent Femmes on Spotify, click it, and then Spotify will start playing songs similar to that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, we're good. Like it's taken care of.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah. That's the radio mode, we call that, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, good. Now, a little bit of music. I insisted on the following topic. And let me turn to the next topic. And that is the backyard comparison. And of course, that I was a little bit overwhelmed with your backyard. So let me show the comparison here. On the left-hand side, you see my backyard. And I put my bike in there just for reference of size, you could say. And then a still of the video of your son here. Let's see if we can run the video. I think it should run if I click. No, maybe like this. Yeah. And now we can really see that your yard is a little bit bigger than mine.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And when I was looking at this, it doesn't look like there's a fence here in the background. So probably you have more going to the rear, or not?
No. Right where you see like the tall brush and the tree, that's where our property line ends.
Okay, but it's huge for me, compared to mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By comparison, it's huge. Yeah, but yours looks nice. It looks very zen.
It looks zen, eh? Yeah. With we have the big pond, or I don't know how you want to call it. We call it a fish tank, maybe. You can also call it. I don't know. But I created that 2 years ago, I think now. And because we used to have a small one, it's maybe 1/3 of this one. And my wife was like, I like having fishes here. And the thing is, on the left-hand side of my garden, there is very little sun, because my garden is pointing, let's say, towards the west, and it means that the sun, when it's at 12 o'clock, it makes a shadow, because on the left there is what you see also on the right. That is how we live here in the Netherlands. So we have a lot of shade there. So if you put greenery there, it doesn't grow. Simple as that.
Oh, okay.
Because it doesn't see so much sunlight. And I said to my wife, why do we not make the whole thing? A fish tank. And she said, can we do that? Is that not very expensive? Yeah, I've first started investigating a little bit, of course.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I like it. And that's how, like, if you go to like Philadelphia or Reading, another city, a lot of their yards will be similar size as what you have.
Yeah, and already it can be much smaller. but it is. I of course do not live because also in the Netherlands you can live, of course, where you have a lot of property around you. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just a person that does not live in a, yeah, let's say such a house with a big property around it.
Yes.
And I think, to be honest, I would not have the money for it. As simple as that. Although, if I take my cycle and I would cycle now maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then I would ride by houses where they have yeah such gardens as you have. So
Yes.
it's not so far from where I live,
Oh,
where
okay.
there are houses where they have much more property around it. And then
Mhm.
if I go a little bit further, then there's already farmland and stuff like that. So I'm not so
Nice.
far away from, let's say, a green environment. Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of in the suburbs.
Yeah, call it this. Yeah, call it a
Yeah,
suburb. Yeah,
suburbs.
yeah. I think that is always a little bit. Um, yeah, for you, you would call it a suburb. For me, if we call where I live, you would call it a town probably. But for us, it is
Uh,
already a city. But if you everything in the Netherlands is of course smaller. So when we call something a city, yeah, it's at a different number of persons than you do that in the United States. You understand?
okay. Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
and if I look in the Netherlands, the largest city is Amsterdam. Most of the people are familiar with the word Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people think that Amsterdam is the country, not the city of the country, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have two more big capitals, I would say. Well, four more. And for me, I really live in an, yeah, it's they call it a city, but it is on the border of town to city, so to say. Yeah,
Okay.
there's enough people here, but it is more spread. And what you see a little bit in my backyard is also you see a little bit the how the houses look like. Yeah, so there's a lot of
Yeah.
these houses like this, and you see that the houses are just coupled. Huh?
Yes.
And I also live in a coupled house, so left for me, I have neighbors just connected to my house, and on the right hand side as well.
Mm. And
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things about the Moto Academy app too, is when people send pictures or videos of where they're at.
yeah,
I like, kind of, not to sound weird, but I like looking in the background to see like what their buildings look like, what their cars look like, what the houses look
exactly.
like,
Now
all
that
that. It's just different.
Yeah, so that was also a little bit why I wanted to do this. So my
Mm.
backyard, your backyard.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it could well be, it could look a little bit like your backyard. It is not that we do not have that in the Netherlands. It's more that I do not have that. I do not
Yeah.
have the money to buy a property like that. To be honest, if I maybe would live more in the north of the Netherlands, there is really more space. Yeah.
Yes.
And that is also where the houses are a little bit more cheap. But yeah, there's also less, let's say, work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that is always a combination of how much work is there and what yeah is the price of the houses. For
Yeah.
instance, where I live here, just uh, a simple comparison. I will just do it in dollars as if the euro is dollars. So
Yes.
about 13, 14 years ago, I decided I wanted to buy a house. I was still renting.
Mm.
Now, renting is throwing away money, in fact. So I decided, okay, I think I want to buy a house. So
Yes.
where I was living at that moment, I started looking for houses,
Yes.
and I came to the conclusion I could not buy a house like what I
Mm.
have now, and then
Yeah.
including a garage, because for me it was
Mm.
important that it has a garage because I was doing motocross already, but
Yes.
I owned or I was living in a flat. Yeah, you have no way to store it, huh?
No.
So
No.
at that moment it was sitting in the garage of my brother, my older brother, because he had a garage and he had space and he said, "Oh, you can put it over here, it's no problem."
Mm.
And the funny thing was that I was trying and looking for a house, and then I figured out that let's say my house, I will be able to say it over here. It's around $200,000, around
Okay.
that number, yeah.
Yeah.
and for the same price where I live now, and this is also where my brother lived, my older brother. So that's why I started thinking about living here.
Yes.
I had a same house or similar house, but then including a garage. Yeah, and then what I did was again take my cycle and then just cycle around a little bit in different areas here in the city or in this town then and then see on a Sunday, on a Saturday, what do we see here, do I like
Yeah.
it, and and then went to several houses, have a look, how close are we for grocery shopping, stuff like that. And then
Yes.
this house, it was from a person who died. You have that always like that. And it is really so close to, let's say, the center with the shops, and also to for getting groceries, going to
Yes.
the bakery. Everything is close.
Yeah.
And but
Yeah.
but it is also still just a little bit far enough that it is your there's only kids playing around here, and they're just people parking their car that are your neighbors. So yeah, it is nice, sort of in between
Yeah.
everything for me, that at least.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It sounds like a Goldilocks situation there.
Well, golden,
Like right
golden,
in the middle.
golden. To be honest, I ever did think about that when I married Sandra, my wife now. We did think about would we move to somewhere else, because then you have two incomes, you have more money to spend on a house. But we were both a little bit like, why would we spend more money on a house, on a mortgage on a house? You cannot take it when you die. So what is
Yeah.
the purpose? We do not have children. They're not going to come as well. And so why put so much money in that thing? Will it improve my life so much? No.
Yeah.
We'd rather
Yeah.
go a few times more on a holiday.
Yeah, for sure. No,
And
that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, and it's also what a lot of people say. If you have, say, so much money to spend it on something which brings memory.
Yes. Yes. Not product. Yeah, not products, but memories. Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
in itself, like you said, you say you have an old car. No, that can be something you can put effort in, and then at some point you start driving with it. But it's not about the driving. It's
Yes.
about the whole process around it. That is why
Yes.
you spent that effort and time and money on it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it is again.
That's exactly what the car. Yeah, the car. And then that's a side note on the car. My dad bought the car.
Oh wow!
So,
No,
his
so it
car,
has. Oh, that it has more meaning even.
yeah, and then he has the same name as me. He's the second.
Yeah.
I'm the third, and then
Oh wow!
Paul's so like
It's Bert,
yeah,
Bert, Bert. Oh, nice.
yeah, yeah. Well, we used it. We used Paul. Paul's that's his middle name,
Yeah.
and my dad's his name's Dad.
Yeah, for you, yeah, of course.
Yeah, for me, it's Dad.
Okay. We're going to make the transition, and this is the let's say the rest of the talk, and that is the motocross. At least that is what I write. I ever wonder, maybe I should not talk about motocross with you, because you said it already a little bit in the beginning, but I will have that later on as well. Dirt bike riding, huh?
Yes.
But if I write it like this, does it look odd to you that I write motocross?
No.
Okay.
No, because I always take motocross as a kind of a catch-all.
Yeah.
You know, like I understand it's like in most people's minds it means jumps and stuff like that, you know, groomed tracks and stuff like that. But whenever I picture motocross, I picture like a wide range. It can be a grass track, like the European style grass tracks.
Yeah.
It can be a groomed track here, here. So I consider it kind of like a catch-all term.
Yeah. Okay.
For myself.
Okay, let's go to the first question. That is a long question, so I'm going to read it from the slide. When and what was the origin for the love of motocross? And what I did here, let's wipe out that thing and right there, dirt bike riding. Hey,
that works. Yeah, that works.
As if I knew.
Yeah, yeah.
That you were going to say that. It was
Yeah,
a little bit a guess, to be honest.
yeah. And that's it started. It started with my dad. Well, both sides of my family are motorcycle people.
Okay.
They are two-wheeled people. Like I had no like it was going to be. I was going to ride a motorcycle.
You have no choice.
I have no choice. No choice.
Let's pour
Now,
it in.
yeah. So it started with my dad, and when I was growing up in Philadelphia, he had a mini bike as a kid.
Yeah.
Very simple machine, has a little lawnmower engine on, not a lawnmower, but a
personal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he kept it from when he was a kid. And then him and I worked on it. Him more than me. I would like just be a kid. Yeah. And then I remember I had to do chores around the house to save up for half the price of the centrifugal clutch and the chain for the bike. My dad wanted me to buy into this.
Yeah.
Into this. So I did chores, and I remember we got the, I don't know what, I don't remember how much it was or anything like that. And we went to the lawnmower shop and got the clutch and the chain, and we put the mini bike together, and I would ride it around the neighborhood.
Oh.
And then we'd also go to like
we're answering the next question because it was a special type of bike that you started driving first. Huh? Because,
yeah.
That was let's say the next question. That doesn't matter because that is the origin, so to say. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it was that mini bike.
So what age did you start riding that? Sort of.
I'm gonna say 7 to 8.
Yeah.
Is when I started riding it.
Exactly.
And like I said, we would ride it around the neighborhood, which was all concrete. This is Philadelphia, so it's all around the neighborhood's all concrete and sidewalks.
And was that people complaining about that then?
Not too much. Not too much. When I was growing up in Philly, it was kind of like everybody mind their own business. As long as it wasn't too loud, like too. Yeah. If we were running like a header or something, something loud, like a loud exhaust, they'd probably complain. But for the most part, it's pretty cool. And then, and we'd also every once in a while we would take it to a place called Tookanny Creek Park, which was a park. You weren't supposed to ride.
No,
there were many bikes in it, but we would ride around. And there's a story later about that one, so I'll hold off on that. But
okay.
Yeah, we would go there with the mini bike.
Okay. No, nice. Yeah. So that is where it started. And was there somewhere a transition that you went to a bigger bike or street bike or?
Yes. So the next bike was the first bike with like a clutch and a shifter. Okay. Was a 71 Honda CL 100. And it's a little trail bike. And my dad had traded some work with a neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
He had a couple bikes in his backyard. My dad did some work for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then picked up the bike. Well, it wasn't running or any, none of that stuff. So him and I got to work on the bike. I learned about points, ignition, about greasing the bearings in the stem, steering stem, all that stuff. We worked on it, put it together.
Oh, it's nice. So you worked on that with your dad together.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was also maybe a little bit for him, like, okay, this is your investment as well, or?
Yeah. Same thing. I had to I know it sounds goofy now, but I had to save up money to buy a quart of oil to change the oil.
I remember that. Those days when you were young, you have no money, so yeah.
Yeah, I had to save up to put gas in the tank and all that stuff. So anyway, so about that bike, that was my first bike where I learned to shift and clutch, and I learned how to do that behind and this is going to be like a throwback for people on the East Coast, is I learned how to do that behind a ShopRite grocery store. By the house. So my dad would take me to this little spot where there's no cars or nothing. It was like a loading area for the grocery store, and he would teach me how to work the clutch and work the brake and all that stuff.
Yeah, you need a little bit of space for
Yeah.
You cannot just throw somebody on the street and let's try it. Huh? That doesn't
Yeah,
really
exactly.
work that well.
And that bike, that was I had my first run-in with police officers with that bike. My dad and I were riding it at Tookenny Creek Park.
Yeah.
And the cops stopped us and like, hey, you can't be doing that here.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah, a little bit too, like the mini bike's one thing, but like this bike, you got to. So we went home, and then that's when, the police were, pretty cool. Like, knock it off.
Yeah, they're more like, okay, we understand that you want to do this, but this is a little bit one step too far, so to say.
Yep.
Yeah, no, okay, good. Okay, so over the years, you must have had different bikes, I guess?
Yes, yeah. So
then, for me, that ties in the next question, I guess. If not, I don't know. 2-stroke, 4-stroke, or electric, or is that an area for you?
I'm a two-wheeled person. If it's got two wheels, I'm on board with it.
Okay.
I do so for I do like my 2-stroke, but if I had to do a longer desert race, it would be a 4-stroke. I would go, I'd go 4-stroke. Like if it was a bigger, longer, like 100-mile desert race or more.
And why would you say if it's longer that you would go for the 4-stroke? Easier to ride?
It just they just work better, easier. They're not as twitchy.
Okay.
The 4-stroke's a little bit heavier, a little bit more stable, all that stuff. I've raced both desert racing.
Okay.
We can get into that later if you want to. So I've raced both 2-stroke and 4-stroke desert racing, and I think the 4-stroke felt better for more of what I was doing than the 2-stroke did.
I understand a little bit also when you use the word twitchy, so I understand that very well. I think indeed, especially if it is sandy where you are, and if you then have a more heavy motor, it will be a little bit more stable, huh?
And also, just stuff.
As you do not have so much of a problem of the power band, what you have in a 2-stroke. You have to always be a little bit in the right RPM.
Yes.
And also you don't want to every time rev it out completely, or your arms will grow.
Yeah.
Did you ever already ride or see an electric bike or not in your environment?
I've not ridden an electric bike. I've seen them just at the motocross track on display.
Yeah.
I'm totally on board with electric. My kids, I started them on, I don't know if you've seen them around, the little electric Osset bikes.
Okay, no.
They're a electric trials bike.
Oh, yeah. They're nice.
Very nice. And I think I want to say they're out of England. They're named after some English trials rider and his son or something like that. Anyway, so nice. I already saw the awesomeness of, like, all I did with those bikes was keep tubes in them when they get a flat, and then lube the chain and charge the battery. That was it. Lube the chain, charge the battery, good to go.
But I find very, especially if you talk about kids and electric, is you can scale it. I don't know if those bikes they can scale, but I mean that is the thing what you need for a kid. If it starts, it is scary as hell if he has to start on a 50cc. It's so, talk about twitchy. You get gas and whoa.
Especially like the KTMs, the Cobras, they hit really hard.
Yeah, and that's because of the automatic clutch. It's doing nothing, and then woof, it goes.
And you get all of it.
Yeah, and I've sit myself as a grown-up person on that motorcycle. You almost
It's funny. Like, watch, I'm like, I can't believe I'm putting my kid on this thing. Like, this thing pulls me. This thing pulls me around, and I'm putting my kid on this thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then to think that a kid goes on it and then he's going to, by accident, give too much and whoop, it would, they will lift off.
Brock has broke one fender on the KTM, one rear fender on the KTM.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing with electric, I don't know if it was AJ that mentioned this or Gypsy Tales.
Okay.
They had this great idea of getting, the KTM electric 50cc bikes.
Yeah.
Getting those, building an indoor track, and having a training facility, something like that the parents would drop the kids off.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So after school daycare program.
Yeah. But because AJ was talking about that in his, I don't know, 2 podcasts before as well. But in the Netherlands, that is how I did my first ride on an electric KTM. Because they has I think they have 2 locations in the Netherlands. Now, I live in a very small country, but they had a sort of facility indoors and also a little bit outdoors. And it is next to, I don't know if you have these things, a camping. So that's, you go there with the caravan and they stay there in the weekend, something like that. But and there's also fixed caravans a lot. So just people go there just to be from home for a moment, especially people who live in the city. They want to go a little bit more in a green area. And they built this facility just next to that. So there's a lot of dads and sons coming. And they start driving around with these KTMs. And indeed, they also have the smaller ones for the smaller kids. And when I went there, I was already driving, of course, several years, my 2-stroke. But I just wanted to feel and experience, okay, what is that to drive that? That was then just brand new, the KTM, what is it called, AV or something? And
the free ride.
Yeah?
The KTM free ride?
Yeah, the free ride, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, that thing is so... I like both the electric version, and I don't know if we're getting them here in the state. I looked them up a long time ago.
Yeah.
I thought those were such a cool idea, the electric version and then the gas version.
Yeah, the frame is, you can see it is just the normal frame. Everything is the same as normal, except that here is the brake on the left.
Yeah.
But I can remember that was for me like the downside. So you could pay for an X amount of time, and I think for this it was just you drive until the battery is gone. That was, let's say, the price. Yeah. And I was really was disappointed with how long that is, because that's not really long. But they had a small outside track, and I would not really call it a cross track, but it was a sort of track outside on grass, and then they made some bumps and holes in there and corners. But I was amazed that after 5 minutes, I was already used to the fact that this was my brake on the left-hand side.
I don't think it wouldn't take too long. And when Paul was racing out in Nevada, I was torn. I wanted to get him the KTM SE5, with the electric little 50 KTM.
Yeah.
The only problem was his races were 45 minutes.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
And it's not gonna. People tried to race those.
Yeah.
And it did. It wasn't. It did. I'm glad we went gas, just because like the length of Paul's races.
Yeah.
But I was looking at them pretty. Both of them. I'm like, man, that electric looks so good, but I need 45 minutes or.
Yeah, that is the thing. I think what I drove on that KTM, and it's the one of the earlier versions. What I heard is that the newer versions, they have a little bit more capacity.
Yeah.
But the early version, I think I drove there in total 15 minutes with that.
Yeah.
And it was completely drained.
Yeah. And then have you checked out Yamaha has a full-size electric trials bike.
Oh.
With a clutch.
With a clutch, yeah.
With a clutch.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I can't remember the name of it.
But I think for a trial bike, you really need a clutch. I cannot imagine a trial bike without a clutch.
No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you there. And
Impossible.
And what better way to use electric than trials?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're going like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 miles an hour. Like,
yeah, and then You need a burst, and that's it.
Yeah, and then that's it. And then you're just putting around again.
Yeah. So yeah, that is I would say the perfect sport, and that is also because here in the neighborhood, for instance, I do not have very close a cross track, motocross track then,
Yes.
and that's because of the noise. But for trail, I know there is, it is maybe 15-minute drive, and it is it's like somebody's backyard, so to say, only a little bit bigger. Yeah, so like your backyard, but then filled with all kind of stuff to drive over. And,
nice.
that is a trial club, and of course, these bikes, they make no sound almost if they are gas bikes.
Oh, even the gas aren't that loud.
No. So, yeah, that is. I mean, you could do it always if you have it electric. I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, but, I've been on. Yeah, I've been on board with the electric. Probably back to the Ultra days, Ultra days. Yeah.
The Ultra. What was in itself a beautiful concept, but what I heard from AJ, it went to nosedive a little bit, that bike.
Yeah, that's right. AJ used to have one and ride it. That's right.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think that it probably in those days, they also had the problem with the battery, and where you position it in that frame is very important, and that's I think why the guys who built the Stark, that they build it up from the ground up, so the battery is part of the frame, so that it is more in balance, so to say. I think.
Yeah, the Stark just looks like it was. For the Stark to exist, Alta had to exist first and fail.
Yeah.
All right, we know what not to do.
Yeah. But in itself, what I get is a little bit two ways about this. Some people say, yeah, it's nice, that Stark, but we will wait until Honda has a bike. They say something like that.
Yeah.
And there are people there, they make the Stark so high. I even put a video on my YouTube that I was changing the chain with a different chain, and the guy was saying, "Oh, what are you doing? And you think that Stark would give you something that is not good for you, and blah blah blah. You should remove this video that you put something on from by your own." And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's weird. Yeah. A chain's stretch. That's what chains do. I remember you posted something, right?
Yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, you posted something about the chain.
Yeah, I replaced the chain that is on the Stark, because the Stark comes with an O-ring chain.
Yes.
And it has no, I don't know how you call that, where you have a sort of clip to hold.
Oh, master link.
Yeah, but I
call it a master link.
Yeah, but you have different forms. You have the one that you have to hammer in place, so to say.
Yes. Riveted.
Ooh?
I would call that a riveted master link.
Riveted, and what if it has a clip?
That clip master link. That's what I would call
clip. Because we call the clip, because it looks a little bit like a fish, we call it a fish clip.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like a small fish, huh?
Yeah. Now my dad calls those and snap rings, he calls them Jesus clips.
Jesus clips.
Yeah, because when they pop off, you're like, geez, where did that thing go?
Yeah, where did it go? Yeah, but for me, I wanted that another type of chain on it, because I had bad experience with chains on a previous bike, because you cannot loop them. You
can't.
You have to boil them.
Yes.
And to think about that, there's that fixed chain there, so I cannot really get it off the bike. So the only thing is I have to pray that everything wears out, and then at some point in time, but it's worn out, that not the chain is breaking first before my sprockets go. I'm like, yeah,
and that's it. Too, the O-ring chains, they take horsepower away too.
Yeah,
by switching.
They have a lot of friction, indeed, huh?
Yeah. Now I run an O-ring chain because of where we ride. I ride off road.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of water and all that.
You want that, yeah.
Yeah. But there's with chains, there's a place place for each chain.
That was my idea also, and I'm driving normally only tracks, not in the water. So
Yeah.
I now wanted to be able to switch different rear wheels. So when I bought my Stark, I bought 2 wheels, so to say. Yeah, the original and an extra. And I want to interchange everything. Now, yeah, if that is fixed, that chain, how can I do that? Well, the guy from the shop, oh, you just put your other wheel in. I said, yeah, but with one wheel I ride 10 hours, and with the other wheel 1 hour. That is not going to work on the chain, eh? And then on the sprocket. So I said, I need to replace everything.
Yes. Yeah.
And for instance, that is I figured that out when figuring out about the chain, etc. That also removing the front sprocket, that is also not so easy in a Stark because you cannot put it in gear.
Oh, okay, but there is. I have a. That's funny you mentioned that because I bought a tool a couple years ago or a year or two ago.
Yeah.
That like it attaches to the front sprocket, right?
Yeah.
And it's shaped like this, and it hits onto your swing arm.
Yeah.
And it has 2 pins that go into where like the teeth are for your chain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you take the nut off that way. It holds the sprocket, so you're not.
I want to know that too. I want that too.
I'll send you a link to it. So what's cool about it is it hits the swing arm, so it's not beating up. It's not beating up the transmission. Nothing. Exactly. Yeah, I'll send you a link.
What I now do, I have to put a piece of metal pole through my rear sprocket and then to the other side where my brake is. So and then everything is sort of stuck there, and then I But I'm like that.
I had to do that with Paul's KTM, his little 50. I was in a rush to get it put back together, and I couldn't get the torque on the clutch, one of the pieces of the clutch, and I did the same thing. I wound up bending a spoke on the on the rear wheel of Paul's dirt bike. It's still bent. It's still sitting there.
Doesn't matter.
When I tell it, it'll be the next guy's problem.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, let's turn the sheet around. I think this is the bike that you talked about a little bit, or not?
No. So the mini bike I grew up riding got stolen.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's Philadelphia. It was Philadelphia. If you leave stuff out, even in your backyard, people will steal it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that one's stolen. What that was from, so about 2 years ago, my dad took me and the boys to Ollie's mini bike show. Okay.
Yeah.
In the first year, we bought a mini bike, a black one, just a rolling chassis. And the boys put the motor in, got the chain all hooked up, all that stuff. Oh. So then we went again the next year, and we bought this one for Paul to put together, So the black one was Brock's because it was a little bit smaller. And then this one was Paul's because it's a little bit taller. And what's funny about this was at a mini bike race last year.
Okay.
And the chain, I forgot to oil the chain before we left. And it was like, it sounded horrible.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any oil with me, no oil. And my wife said, why don't you use, I think that's like chapstick, the squeezable tube of chapstick that we have in the truck. And she's like, just squeeze, put some chapstick on it.
Yeah. And did it work?
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it quieted the chain down. Yeah, it was just, I forget I think some of the links were getting kinked too because it was just dry.
Ooh. So yeah, that brings me to this question, but what we have been talking about, bike maintenance, is that all up to you, but I hear already that you spread that a little bit around. The boys also have to pitch in a little bit.
Oh yeah. So I'll do top ends.
Yeah.
Everything top ends for now.
Yep.
But suspension and bottom ends get sent out for now because I want to do a bottom end.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wait for the till I figure it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like take it apart, and then it'll take me like 2 months to get it back together. Yeah. So bottom ends always get sent out. Same thing with suspension. I want to learn how to do it, but I like having the bike always ready to, always ready to go.
And if you have to get your suspension done, how far away is that for you? If you have to.
We had Paul's about 45 minutes. So Paul's CR85, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We did a bike build last winter on it, his CR85. And he's the first Belinger to have fully dialed suspension for his weight, shim stacks, everything.
Nice.
From factory connection.
Wow.
And so factory connection for us is only about half hour away, 45 minutes. The people, you see the stickers on the front of the, on the forks.
Yeah.
That place, and they have places all over the States.
Okay, so that is a sort of chain, so to say.
Sort of a chain, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But the next, I want to get my suspension done on the YZ.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have Jamie. I want to try to get Jamie to do it.
Yeah. Why not? He's not so far away from you, so yeah.
No, and that's it. I didn't know. The only reason we went factory connection was at the time I didn't know Jamie was doing suspension.
No, but he just recently started that.
Yeah. So it was like right around the time we took it down to get done that he somebody mentioned that he did suspension. It was like a week or two later.
Yeah. Okay.
But so for my YZ, I'm gonna try to get it done by Jamie.
Yeah. Now I think your YZ needs something, especially your rear shock. But
yeah.
I mentioned that already in the feedback to you.
Yeah, it has the right spring for my weight.
Yeah.
But it's probably a little light for my weight. It's a what is it? Race Tech spring in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not so much I need to lose weight. We'll put it that way. That's another reason. That's I have the bike sprung for like 220 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm 240 now, so
okay. Yeah, that is too far off, huh?
Yeah. So that's I want to try to get back down to 200, 220. That way when I do set,
Yeah, that could be a reason to lose a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, is that by the way, is that a difficult thing for you to stay on weight?
Yes. Yeah. I struggle with it. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what it is. There's been times I've been down to 160 pounds.
Oh.
Just tiny, small. And then other times up to 260. I don't know what it is. I don't know what. And then when it's funny, it's sort of like a switch. When I'm on,
it
is like I won't eat nothing that's junky.
Okay,
if that's it's such a light switch too. If it's
sort
on,
of focus.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think I have that a little bit with drinking. So the recent years, I maybe drunk 5 wines or something. That's what it is, and I'm okay with that. And to be honest, quite often we have some social activities on a Saturday, but I often drive on a Sunday. Yeah, and I don't drink. I drink zero because I have to drive, and I'm not going to drive when I drink. That doesn't work.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, not good. And that's it. Yeah, and then I don't know what it is. It's something some wiring in the brain.
Wiring in the brain.
Yeah, I don't know.
We all have that, I think. But to be honest, I'm a little bit, in that respect, a lucky guy. My parents are really slim, both of them.
Yes.
And that is for me already something. I gained a little bit weight here, a little bit. And that is for me a new thing. And that is because I figured out I was allergic for gluten.
Oh, okay.
So all my life I had problems with my stomach and stuff like that, and I always had a list of things that I could not eat. But it was also due to the fact that I could not really handle gluten. Now, then a sort of door opens because I was eating bread in the morning, bread in the afternoon. We are really bread people here, and if you cannot eat that anymore. In the beginning, I was like, oh no, how is that possible? But now I'm sort of used to it, and I gain weight because I eat more.
Yeah.
That was for me really the first time in my life I was like, oh, I have to start eating a little bit less.
Yeah, you have to balance it back out again.
Yeah, normally I would, from eating, I would always get sick, so to say. If I eat too much, then I get sick.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I would never overeat myself almost because I could not because I would get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. A funny thing for me at least. We are talking about riding. So, was there ever a break in riding for whatever reason? I don't know.
Yeah, not from dirt bikes.
No?
Or sorry, from dirt bikes, yes. From 2000 to 2005.
Yeah.
It was street bikes.
Okay.
Okay. When I got out of boot camp, I did whatever you go to the motorcycle dealership with a little bit of coin in your pocket, and then finance a motor. Street. I still have the bike though. I bought a 2001 Triumph Bonneville.
Oh wow.
And I still have it. It's in the garage.
But it is.
It's
for cruising or not?
I have a cafe racer, so it's got the low handlebars.
Ah, okay.
The back fender. It's a little sportier than a.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what a Triumph like Thruxton is. It's a Thruxton. No. Yeah, it's a Thruxton. Not the street bikes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So from 2000 to about 2005, maybe 6, I was street bikes, and then when we moved out to Nevada, the roads in Nevada are so straight; they're just miles. We were on one road. I want to say it was 7 miles, no turns, which is not good for like a person that likes to do twisties on their street bike.
No.
So I was complaining to another Navy buddy. I'm like, dude, there's nowhere to ride here. Like there were twisty roads, but yeah, it's all straight. There was a twisty road. They call it the truck route. It's a way up to Virginia City in Nevada. Okay. Anyway, but that was like an hour and a half ride of straight roads just to get to a twisty road. So anyway, I was complaining to a Navy guy, and he's like, why don't you go buy a dirt bike? He's like, you have the whole desert. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. So I went to Gretchen. And I said, I want a dirt bike. And she's like, I'll give you $500 to go find one. Because she's our finance person. I'm terrible with money. She's like I'm super bad with money. Okay. So like, I'll give you $500 to go find one. I'm like, all right. So I go on Craigslist and I find a 78 RM 250. Yeah. For, we'll say it was like $650. So I went to the guy's house and I was going to, try to talk him down.
Of course. You can buy something extra.
Right. But he had 2 other dirt bikes that weren't running. Oh. And he's like, what do you know about dirt bikes? This is going to be funny. What do you know about dirt bikes? I'm like, I know a little bit about, engines and stuff. He's like, these 2 bikes won't run. And I don't remember what the bikes were, but they had like a little cover by the camshaft. Yeah. And I'm like, I bet you there's points in there. Yeah. So I was like, I had him grab a screwdriver and there was points in there. So I cleaned the points with like a piece of sandpaper he had, and then got the bike running. I got one running, one I couldn't get running. Yeah. So I'm like, and then he's like, we're, talking about, I'm like, I got $500. He's like, take it. You're good. Oh. Like I didn't have to, I gave him, I got him, I got one of his bikes running.
He was happy already.
Yeah, he was so he let me have the RM 250 for $500. Nice. So I took that, rode that for a little while, and then I had another buddy in the Navy that needed money to finish a truck project. Mm-hmm. So he was selling a 2004. This was my renaissance into the off-road. He was selling an 04 WR450. Uh-huh. So I bought that off. Okay, my wife saw that I was riding the RM, and I'm she's like, okay, cool. Spent $500. He's gonna like it. Mm-hmm. she gave me the cash to get the WR.
Yeah, exactly. She was into it.
Yeah, bought the WR, and then the rest was history after that.
The rest was history after that. Yeah, but she could really see you would enjoy it as well.
Yeah, and she that's why I like her. She balances me out. Yeah, like exactly. She's super frugal, so I'll pull her to spend money, and I like spending money, so she'll pull me
the other direction. Yeah, I think you always need that a little bit in
for sure
in a relation. Yeah, I think, to be honest, me and my wife, we always have discussions about these things, like, okay, things around the house or something. Do we want to spend money on this? Yes or no? For instance, my roof, that is this house is from, I think, 72.
Okay.
And it's still the original roof tiles. Is that called?
Oh wow. Okay.
The things that
shingles.
Yeah, that is not shingles here. Here, these are baked things, but
okay.
They are concrete baked things. And let's say the layer that is normally on top that makes that it doesn't go through all the moisture. Yeah, that is really finished. It is now only concrete, sort of say baked concrete type of thing. And yeah, you can already see that corners are breaking off, and I already replaced, since I've been living here, about 20 of these guys, because they just broke, because I went on the roof cleaning the windows, something like that, and I think, looking at that, hey, it looks almost broken, and you touch it and it's broken. So I said, yeah. And I also talked to my neighbor saying, yeah, we really need new roofing. And she's also like, yeah, we cannot have a leak, because if you have a leak, then you have more problems. Because then everything what's underneath, it will start rotting, and oh no, I do not want to think about it. So I'm really sort of pro on this has to be done. So I also asked my neighbors if they wanted to do it, because we're next to each other, and so it's also for a guy who is coming. If he has to do 3 houses or 1 house, that's different. For him, 3 houses is more interesting. He drives 1 time over with his lift and all the stuff. And
wise, he might be, it might be a better deal.
Yeah, that is cheaper.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they do that around here too with like the tree trimming.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, if a neighbor's getting a tree trimmed, they'll stop by our house. They're like, "Hey, we're right up here. We'll give you 10% off."
Exactly.
So they only got to make one. It's smart business.
It's smart business, but why not? I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
So in this whole story, I think I know already the answer, but you are then the person that introduces the motor riding to the boys, or not? Or did they came with that because you already were driving?
No, it was me. It was me.
I was you.
Yeah. So how it went with them was, at 6 months old, I went and bought them the Striders. I don't know if you ever seen the Striders. They're like the balance bikes.
Okay, yeah.
So it's basically a little bike with no pedal. What Millie's been riding.
Yeah, we call it just a pedal bike. We call it.
Yeah. I bought them at 6 months. They couldn't ride it, but what I did was I set it in the living room.
Yeah.
As they were like moving around and crawling, as they were getting older, it was there. So they were already seeing
2 wheels.
2 wheels. And they would like touch it and stuff like that. And then, I'm gonna say they didn't have any choice. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Like,
that is your toy.
Yeah. Paul, I did have a moment with Paul when I was pushing him kind of hard on the bike, on the dirt bike, and we went to a race, and I saw a dad like yelling at his kid, and I'm like, and it was like looking in the mirror. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm messing up. I messed up. You know what I mean, with Paul. So I backed way off Paul. Like before it was like, you know, we would we go ahead.
Yeah, where does it come from? I think it is more, it is you're enthusiastic about it, but you carry it a little bit too far. Huh? You're let's say, because you're so into it, so to say, you want to sort of push that on that person, but that person has to grow on that. Huh?
Yes. So that's it. I saw it, and Paul was like, when Paul was 5, 6 years old, up to about 7, he would like he was on that KTM like 2-3 days a week, an hour, hour each time. If he wasn't there, we were at the skate park. He was riding his BMX bike. You know what I mean? Like he was just always on 2 wheels. And that's it. I saw that dad, and it was like looking in the mirror, and I'm like, I had like just a moment. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Oh, very good. Very good that you have that moment.
Yeah, which it kind of it wasn't cool for Paul. So that's what's funny about having 2 kids, is Paul has to pave the way for Brock.
Yeah.
So all the mistakes and stuff I make with Paul, Brock gets to reap the benefits of
Yeah, that I think that I am the youngest in my family. I also see that. Yeah, my parents were completely different with my eldest brother than they were with me.
Yeah.
And why? Yeah.
And
as a kid, you do not understand that. As a kid, your parent is the person who makes all the decisions, so they know everything, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the case. You learn your life, you learn everything, you learn about parenting, you learn about everything around you. That's normal. But as a kid, your parent is the person who makes all decisions for you. Well, it feels like that, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that's I've been trying, like, I've been doing this for a couple years. I've been trying, I just honest with the kids. Like I'm trying to learn how to be a dad. Like
Yeah.
Like, hey, and I kid with them. I'm like, just I'm trying to learn. And when you turn 30 years old, I'll pay for your time to talk to a psychiatrist. just send me the bill from the psychiatrist, and like I just I just try to be honest with them. Like I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna make mistakes, and I say the same thing, that like, you're learning how to be people. You're learning how to be an adult too. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna trip. So we're trying. I'm trying to.
If you think about it, if you get born, you get all that. At least for my family, for my parents, you get all kind of. They think with you. They make a lot of decisions for you, and it is. For me, it was really sort of going to school. I was okay with going to school. For some persons, it's not okay going to school. So then you already have a difficult thing, I think, in your life if you start like that. But I was okay with school. I was good with school, and I was happy with school. But for me, the sort of hit was when I started working, because I was like, holy moly, this is. And then everything started like, oh, yeah, okay, I have to make my own money. I was living for a long time with my parents, and so that was for me a big shock. Like, oh, okay, I have a new way of looking at the world, so to say.
Oh yeah, for sure, sure. So,
yeah, and I think when you were getting older, you can also sort of turn that around. And looking back at my parents, they had 3 kids. They decided that they wanted 3 kids, so that's quite a lot. And they also decided that they want their own business. Yeah, I can remember I was, I think my dad got his business when I was, let's say, 1 or 2 years old, something like that. So it is also a little bit a critical moment, when a child is 1 or 2, it needs a lot of attention.
Yes.
My parents decided to buy a business and start that business up. Well, it is taken over, but it goes quite some effort in. I'm like, yeah, okay. And my eldest brother was already a little bit in that age. He wanted to, I don't know, they're into doing bad stuff. Yeah, bad stuff, but on the border stuff, so to say. And I know that my mother was not really open for that at that moment in her life, so to say.
Yeah.
So he got really I would say heavy winds from my mother.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I can still see that, yeah, in his conversation with
Mhm.
my mother. It's still difficult. And for me with
Yeah,
my mother, she was at a different point in her life when I became that age, and she could handle it much better. And yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's all we're all trying to figure it out. That's what.
exactly. Yeah, that's funny because I was listening to the podcast of AJ today, and it's funny in the way he speaks now. So he's also changing his mindset. He says,
Yeah,
I'm over 30 now, and I know nothing. I know nothing."
yeah. Yeah. Once you, who said that? I think was that Socrates that said that.
Yeah.
The only thing I know is I know nothing, or so, he has a quote, an old
Yeah, yeah.
philosophy. It's funny because like they
Yeah, that
knew
is.
it back then, like, and I think once you say that, then you can start learning,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, like really
Yeah,
learning,
but
like,
then you first have to realize that you do not know it, and then you're
yeah,
like, okay, is this learnable? Is this doable? Okay, let's just start with this and see where we
go
get.
from there.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
nice.
Yep.
Hey, I asked about a picture of going with a ride with the guys, and what I got was cycling picture. So
Yeah.
uh, this one,
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
me make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So going to the pump track. So you already mentioned a little bit riding the BMX. That is really something also from you because you're also here on the BMX.
Yes. Yep. Yep. So, when I would take Paul to the skate, this, when Paul first started, so I used to take him to the skate park on their striders to get them used to going up and down hills and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I would sit on the park bench and watch him. And I'm like, well, it looks like Paul's having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
so, so this looks like fun. So I remember, yeah, I bought that BMX bike to ride, with Paul, because I'm just sitting there doing nothing,
Yeah, exactly.
and I was like, oh, I'll buy a bike. And this is, this bike's probably, I probably bought that 2020,
Yeah, yeah.
2018. But this picture's recent. This picture's this past summer.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Well,
you
there's
had
not,
one more. So this is indeed for me a skate park if I look at it.
yep. Yep. We go there a lot. Yeah.
But are you
Yep.
allowed in that skate park with a bicycle?
Yes. Yep.
They do not mind. Is that a sort
Nope.
of public thing or?
Yes, that is in the city of Reading. That's
Ah,
yeah, that's a new. I want to say it was built in the past year.
yeah. It really looks nice. Is it concrete that's shaped?
Yes, yep, it's concrete.
Wow. Because
Yeah, yeah, it's
uh,
very, so the local skate shop.
yeah.
So what it took a long time to plan because they developed a committee with the local skateboard shop owner,
Mm-hmm.
and then a BMX guy, like a bike guy,
Yeah.
and then they worked with. So a problem you can run into with concrete parks is if you don't get like a skater or a BMX person or a rollerblader,
Yeah.
a construction company doesn't understand the angles and
No. No, exactly.
all that stuff. So it was like a huge. I wasn't there for it. I'm just hearing about it. It was
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
huge team effort with construction workers and the city and some people that knew how to build a park. And
Yeah.
that's why it's so good.
Yeah, because what you say, if you let somebody build this that has no knowledge about this, it's going to be horrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
is.
And it's not their fault either.
No,
They
no,
just,
but it is just that you do not have an idea what that curve should look like, and
yeah.
but also thinking, I'm not a concrete guy, but making a curve like that with concrete is probably also not so easy, to be honest.
No, I would say, like, when I look at that, those concrete guys are artists.
Yeah, yeah,
like they're modern artists.
yeah. I mean, it's going curved down. It's making a curve around, so
Yeah.
they have to make a sort of. Yeah, okay, maybe you can imagine it a little bit in paper, and then
Yes.
but you have to make all kind of shapes and forms in which you are going to pour that concrete or not.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it really looks cool, these things. Well,
Yeah.
I think in the Netherlands, we also have maybe a few of these nice looking what you show here. But what is more normal, let's say more regular, and maybe that's the word, is that they have of these metal ramps going up.
Yes.
So it's 2 ramps up and maybe a bump or something. That is quite common that in every town or city they will have something like that for guys to go skating. You see also sometimes a bike going over, indeed.
Yeah, there's there's a skate park up the road from us that's it's in Shoemakersville, and they have like the metal ramps and stuff like that. But it is like the city hasn't been maintaining it.
Oh,
so it is super sketchy to ride there. Like if you get cut on that metal, I don't.
that is not also. At some point they have to do something about it.
My kids. What's funny is my kids like riding at the Shoemaker skate park. I don't know why.
Oh, so they do like it, but you're a little bit like, let's go somewhere else because it's a little bit sketchy. This one, I think that is, I had to cut off the bikes here, but this is then, I think, on a mountain bike.
Yep, there's a mountain bike.
Steering was like that. So you do that a lot as well with the boys?
I try to do it every Monday with them. Monday's mountain bike day.
Oh, cool.
Paul just joined a mountain bike club at his school.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been going to rides on Sundays.
Wow, so, nice.
Yeah, I won't push him to ride on Mondays because he, rode a bunch on Sunday. If he's up for it, then he can come with. I leave it up to him. Yeah. Like, do you want to ride on Mondays or not? When he rides on Sunday. If he doesn't ride on Sunday, I push him a little bit more to get.
Come on,
let's go.
And how long do you drive?
This is only about 10 minutes from where we live.
Okay. So that is 10 minutes from where you live.
Yeah.
But how long do you drive? The drive. How long is the drive if you go? Half an hour.
To the mountain. Huh? What? No, the mountain bike spots. Oh, how long do we ride for?
Yeah.
Oh, we do about an hour.
So
yeah.
Wow.
We usually do a there and back course. Like we'll pedal for a half hour and then ride back to the truck.
Okay, like that. Nice.
23 minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's not responding. Going back a little bit. To the motor riding then. At least that is in the next question, and that is this one. That is a little bit a thing, eh? We do a dangerous sport. Dirt bike riding. Ever a crash, huh? Was a little bit like, oh no.
I have two. I have two crashes that were scary. One was at my first desert race. Going up a wash. And what I found out, so if you're going up a wash, there'll be these little like bumps, and instead of going around the whole turn, you'll go up and over the bump. Okay, so I went up and over the bump, and then the front end went. I basically face planted into the next hill, and like was out, and woke up, everything. I remember getting coming back to. Vision coming back, all that stuff, and I still had like another 25 miles to go, like for one loop. So, and I didn't know anything about concussions or getting knocked out. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I just got on the bike and finished it.
Yeah.
I finished that one, and then this was a weird race. It was a double header. So you did one loop. In the morning and then one loop in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I did my one loop after the crash, and then I did my got back to the pits, and then did my next loop after. I didn't know.
Yeah, headache.
I did not want to ride, but I don't know. It was just like I wasn't up for it, but I just remember climbing on the. It was
do it anyway. I'm here.
Yeah, do it anyway. Yeah, it was, and what was weird, it was It was my first desert race.
Oh.
And it was I remember, yeah, it was a shotgun. It was shotguns. They shot a shotgun, and that's what started everybody.
Yeah.
They had us lined up. They had us lined up.
Yeah.
Back to back. So half the riders did this loop, half the riders did this loop, and then in the afternoon they switched up.
Then they yeah. Okay.
And it was a double header.
Yeah. Nice.
My first race. There was that one, and then one time I was out riding by myself in the desert. And same thing. It's always in a wash. So coming down a wash, little waterfall, nothing gnarly, but you had to hit it just right. And if you didn't hit it just right, your front tire was going to touch another rock, and then you're going to go end over end. Well, I didn't hit it just right. I went end over end, and my feet stayed on the pegs as the bike came up and over.
Wow.
So right then and there, I remember like laying there, like I broke my back. I think I broke, you know what I mean? Just like, and I like wiggled my toes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did it. I'm good. I'm good to go. I made like it was. I was like, yeah, I was good. Yeah, good. Yeah, it was just endo. Yeah, and it was awful. You know, like a water, like in the washes they'll have waterfalls. You know, I say waterfall. It's not like Niagara Falls.
I understand. It's just a small drop.
Yeah, little. Yeah, and there's no water in them during the summertime in the desert. Like, they're all dried up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just remember coming down, front tire hitting, going over, and then just like being so thankful that that not, you know, I did not get, you know, but I was like, I just remember laying there like, I think I did it. I think I did it. Like,
I survived this. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a small angel. See you here.
Yeah. But just those two. Other than that, I'm a very cautious rider. I'm not
a risk taker.
Not a big risk, because I want to do it for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to do it till I'm like 70, 80 years old. There's a guy when I was racing in the desert. I won't, you know, his name was Pete, and he was like 72 years old, still racing desert races. Full 100-mile, you know, 250-mile loops.
Whoa.
And I saw that, and I'm like, that's the goal right there.
That is it. That is where we go for.
Yeah, like no big risks. No, I want to do this for a long time.
Yeah, I think that must be the case. You have to consider that a little bit, taking a risk, yes or no. And I'm also try to be on the safe side always. I, of course, sometimes push myself to try go a little bit faster, but it's not let's say my life is not depending on it, and that's also why I personally do not race a lot. I just mostly drive just free. They call it
just ride.
And when you're in a race situation, people are still a little bit more anxious. I don't know. You get very close to each other in the first corner.
Everybody gets a little twist. The first couple times desert racing, it was I remember being nauseous, stomach hurt, because they do in Nevada, they do mass starts.
Oh,
so like, you know how like a gate will be say 40 people, okay, like in a motocross race. Well, a desert race, they usually have the experts start, the amateur start, a row of experts, a row of amateurs, and a row of novices. Oh. And that row can be 50 to 75 people.
Oh yeah, so many.
All
going.
Oh, now it's each row. You know what I mean? They let they drop the banner, experts go. They wait, the dust settles down, raise the banner, amateurs go. You know, dust settles, raise the banner. You know, they'll do it like that. But there could be up to it's insane. It's crazy. You can't see anything.
Exactly. So many people. Hey, of course, I have much more questions coming up. More a practical thing. How are you doing with time?
We're good.
Yeah.
Yep. Good to go.
Because I'm going a little bit into the dinner time, but I told my wife I was going to have this talk with you, and I was going to be late, so. she's okay with that, I think. If not, then she starts calling me.
Yeah.
But it's more for you that maybe if you need to grab something to eat, then we can just cut a piece out. That is not so a problem or something.
Yeah, no, I'm good to go. We're good.
Okay, good. Then I think the next one ties in with this a little bit. So with having a crash like this, or maybe somebody that you know having a crash, or something else that did anything happen that you think, maybe it's not a good idea to do this anymore?
No.
Not really.
No.
But
Not
Jamie
really.
was also very clear on that. No.
No. I've even during like some of the races, I'd come across not cool stuff, and it never dawned on me. Now, with that said, I stopped racing because of Paul.
So they were okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, racing, but never stopped. Yeah, I'm not never fully stopped riding, but stopped racing.
Yeah.
And what it was I remember my friends saying that once you start thinking about your kid while you're on course, it's done. You're done. You need to quit. And I'm like, it'll never happen to me. I'm steel trap right here, blah, 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 blah. And I was at a desert race in Fernley, Nevada. And I can remember, it's burned into my brain. In Fernley, Nevada, and we were racing at the Fernley Raceway. And it was before they had a motocross track set up. This way back, like 2014.
Okay.
And what they would do was they would have a race at this facility, and they'd have you, go through the desert, but they'd also have you go onto the road course a little bit, and then back into the desert.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember I'm like riding, and I remember climbing this hill, and somebody's stuck at the top, and they're throwing rocks and chucking, just like, and it's dusty and it's hot. And I remember just sitting there like, wonder what Paul's doing.
Okay, yeah.
Paul had been born. Paul was born. He was, and this is pretty close to when he was born. And I just remember sitting there like, I wonder what Paul's up to. And I'm like, oh, my buddy was there. He was right. He was dead on. He had 3 kids. He knew,
he had the experience, huh?
He had the experience. And I was just like, I wonder. And I remember like I finished that loop. I handed in my card because back in those days, you would tape a card to your front fender and they'd mark it for each checkpoint to make sure you weren't cheating.
Yeah.
Now they got the things under the bill, to count your laps and everything. It's all electronic now. But back then, you had to have they call it a fender card. I remember taking my fender card off, not even finishing the race, taking the fender card off, handing it to the people and saying, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done racing. And then they're just like, okay,
why? But
I wanted to tell them that way they weren't looking for me because they're going to count all the riders. So if you quit during the race, you need to tell them or they're going to go out.
Exactly. Because he's lying somewhere.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I handed my car. I remember like loading the bike up and then and what's funny, Fernley was only, it's like 30 minutes from Fallon. It's like a half hour away. I remember just getting in the truck, loading everything up, driving back, checking on Paul. And then now that I still rode after that, but it was cut, way down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of going like a bunch of times a week, it was cut way down.
I think we see that also a little bit with AJ, but I also think that's healthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, I do think also I do not have children, of course, but I think it's also healthy that in a life there is more, there is less, there is more and less.
Yeah.
Of every hobby. For me, that for instance, music, I had a moment that I did a lot, and now it's like Sub-Zero. And maybe in 10 years or 5 years, I pick it up again, and then that is my passion again. I think that's normal.
Yeah, and that's I'm starting to get an itch back to go racing again. Yeah. Not competitive, just I miss the community.
Yeah.
The Moto Academy has reminded me about the community of riding dirt bike.
You have always the same people that you meet, huh? If you do these things, I would say. And it is, you talk about what you're doing, and you have, when you experience something, you can share that in that way with, in that moment that you are experiencing it yourself. It's a little bit, maybe a bad comparison, but if you go with some other people to a concert, that you both are there and you experience it both, and you can talk about, wow, this is good, and blah blah, and
I miss that from the race, like after the race, and talking with fellow riders, like, did you see that huge rock? Oh my,
exactly.
It almost took as a career ender, like.
Exactly. So what I hear is the same thing what we discussed. So in that corner, what did you do there? Did you see that rock? That's the same story what we have here. That's nice. Huh? So at the other end of the world, we do the same thing.
And that's before that too. When I was I was doing desert racing, and I was racing motocross before Paul was born. Gretchen said, get it out of your system. Kind of go. So for one whole season, I ran 2 series. I was doing, off road, and I was doing motocross. In the motocross season, there was maybe five or 6 races. It wasn't that big of a series. And then the desert racing was maybe 10 races,
If 5 and 10, that's 15 in total. I consider that quite a lot. But
it was, and I had a great time. I had a great time doing it. It was a lot of fun.
Over here, in our region, because you have these regional cross. That's then cross, not desert stuff. We have no desert, so we cannot do something.
No desert racing.
I think they start somewhere in March. I'm not 100% sure, because I've never been part of it, but something around that. And then it is almost each week. You don't have to go to all, but each weekend they have a cross, and that goes on until, let's say, the summer holiday, or the general summer holiday, so to say, of everybody, when the summer holiday starts. So how is that? March, April. I think 6, something like, I don't know, 4 months at least, 4 weeks, and then how is that? 16, so 18, 20, something like that. In the beginning of the year, and you have to do, let's say, 3/4 or 80%. To let's say, to qualify, or you have to at least do so many, and that's then for the points. And if you really want to become number 1, then you have to drive almost all, because else you will not get the points. And also, of course, where you finish in the race is more points and less points. But if you want to become the overall winner, you have to do a lot.
For my amateur over 30 class, to get 3rd place in over 30 amateur, I had to show up to every race just to get 3rd for the series, for that class. I had to show up at every race. Like, there was no, because the top 10, they're showing up every week. They're going to show up.
They're there, because else you will not go in that direction. Hey, we already discussed a little bit a question later on. That is a little bit the racing then, so we're going to skip that. But this one we're not going to skip. And I think I already hear you talk about this. So favorite type of track that you drive. So I already hear desert, woods.
Yeah, my favorite is so in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania has no desert. No. So all that desert stuff is gone. But my favorite type of track is a sand track.
Really sand,
I love sand, and I think the reason that is the first motocross track I went to was in Fallon, Nevada, No, sorry, Fernley. I lied to you. Fernley, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it from the highway, and it's sand, and it's deep, and it is just, and that was the first one I ever went to.
Then the first one already.
Yeah, that was the first one. And this is after, desert racing and stuff like that. But that was the first moto track I ever went to.
Okay.
And I don't know, but there used to be on that track, there was this turn, like a big U-turn towards the end.
Yeah.
And I probably didn't look as cool as I thought I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember going around the outside, just thinking that, like, I'm picturing myself like, whoa, around the out. And that meant, did I look like that? Probably not, right? You know how you always think you look way cooler than you actually do.
Did feel like
but
that.
I just remember, like, railing the outside for me, and just, and from then on, I'm like, okay, sand is where it's at. The rougher, the better, the more gnarly. Go
we
ahead.
have a lot of sand tracks here in the Netherlands. You must have seen that from there's a new guy, a Dutch guy, who's posting stuff.
Oh yeah, that track is amazing. The one with the fence.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is so heavy, that track. I think I could ride it, or so in that respect. But this year I also really took the effort again to drive a few sand tracks, because normally I just go not do a sand track because it's just so heavy.
Yeah.
But I think it is good practice for the balance when you ride a sand track, because you cannot. What can I say? If you do your balance wrong, you cannot corner.
Yeah.
In a sand track.
Yeah.
And so it is so good practice if you drive a sand track, and you always I always say you need to keep the power on until the corner, and so it is, in that respect it is a very good practice, just driving a sand track for your whole balance. I do feel, and that's also what I wrote to I think it's Tim, or not, what was his name?
I think you're right. It's Tim.
Yeah, I think it was Tim. I feel, and that is also what the guy from which I learned it from, if you ride a sand track, you're a little bit more to the rear on your saddle. It's maybe only this bit, but also in the corner, you're a little bit more to the rear. I don't know why that is, but they always explain it to me in that way.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I remember in one of AJ's videos a long time ago, that him mentioning, like, he preaches, a fist or a hand away from the front seat, or from the front of the seat. But he had mentioned, like, once, and I haven't heard him mention again, that, like, in sand, just a little bit, just you
need more. You need to be more to the back.
Yeah, because the front just wants to plow all the time.
Exactly. That is, if you're too much on the front, then it will knife, and then you're on the floor.
Knife. Yeah. And that's the other thing with sand. It teaches you to round out the corners.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, coming in and sharp.
Yeah, you cannot do that in sand.
All the way to the edge, and then all the way. Yeah. And then, because that's it. If you just knife it just a little, you're done. Yeah. And then once you dab a foot in the sand, you're not coming back.
Yeah, that is indeed true. If you start dabbing, then it is terrible, because then
and then the bike's all off bounds, and you're back and forth.
It's terrible. Hey, I have here, I put in a video, and that is, I think this is from the woods, or not? You can explain it to me.
That's a trail that we ride at. Yeah.
Let me run it for a moment. You're idling down now.
Yeah.
So this is how an average track in the woods look like at your location, or not?
That is about an hour away from our house.
Okay.
So this is going to be crazy. This is going to sound crazy. There is only one place in Pennsylvania that you can ride for free with a non-licensed dirt bike, and it's that trail right there.
Okay.
Yeah, all of Pennsylvania, as big as it is.
Yeah.
Now, okay, legally, okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Okay, but you say so there are other places, but then you need a license. So like an
you either need like a dual purpose bike,
exactly,
or there's off road places, but you have to pay like a yearly subscription.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but
So that's the only, and my wife is rubbing off like I'm frugal, like, like so. But the other problem with that place is it's closed right now because they're hunting.
oh, so in the hunting season
Hunting
is closed.
Yeah, so that spot's only open from March to the end October 1st, I think.
Okay, that's still
Still a good chunk. Yeah, still a good chunk. Good riding. My kids like it. There's a nice Italian sandwich shop off the mountain from it. It works out good.
also important, huh?
Yeah.
Food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You say March to October. I think I have that a little bit
Yeah.
later on. But for
March.
me, March to October, that would be my season normally.
Yeah. Oh, it might be May. I might be wrong. It might be May.
Okay.
May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, I think it's May.
Yeah, okay.
I have to look it up again.
Okay, so it's a little bit different. Now, the next question that comes up, you sort of start answering it already, yeah? Because I was unsure, because we only discussed about the techniques so far.
Yeah.
So you did participate in races, in motocross races, and in desert races, you say. So did you also do something like in the woods then, or
no woods racing yet,
or enduro type of thing, or is that not a word?
No, I haven't done any enduro. I've done one enduro, but it was out in the desert where they have where they have your minute. You know how they talk about your minute. So when you do like enduros, they'll you leave in groups of 3.
Yeah, okay.
And there's like what's really cool about enduros is, you know how you go, I don't know if you know, if you go to a race, like a big race, everybody shows up at the same time. Everybody signs up, the big lines. It's a huge like mess, right?
Yep.
The cool thing with enduros, they give you a time to show up at the event. And it's like say 5 or 10 minutes apart. Okay.
Smart.
So I did 2 enduros where they tell you to show up at like your start time's at 9:20 in the morning. So then I show up, like 8:30, get my bike ready, everything, and then I get to the start line at 9:20, and then I start with just 3 other guys. And the first section's not a race; it's just a transfer section.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's similar to like ISDE where you have tests, where like you do a lot of riding, but there's only certain sections that are timed.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was so cool. So yeah, you show up at the first point. They have these silver clocks with like red numbers on them.
Oh wow.
And then you wait. Yeah, you wait for your minute to pop, and then you go, and then that's when your time starts for that section. You do the section. So, but the first couple I was on time, and then I started not being on time. So then it just turned into a regular race. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not on my minute. I'm not showing up early or on my minute. I'm past my minute.
Yeah.
So now that they just wave you on.
Exactly. Like, go on.
Just go on. And then they have this little piece of paper that they tape onto your front fender. It's plastic. I still have it. Oh. And you have, the car. Have you ever, carbon copy paper? How you write on it and it goes to beats. And they'll mark your time on the front fender for each of the.
Okay. So that you have a sort of track.
Yeah, and then they take those numbers and do math and stuff like that, and they come up with where you placed.
So you have no idea where you are, huh?
No, when I left, I didn't. Nobody knew because everybody's leaving at like different times, so you don't know.
Yeah, but I would say probably they do that on purpose, that organization, because else probably they do not get a warrant for that. Had to do something like that.
Yeah, it was awesome because. out in the desert, when you do the mass starts, you're in dust for like the first 5 miles. But with that, there was like not like it was awesome.
Yeah, you only see some tracks that somebody has been there, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah, I would do. Yeah. So yeah, but no woods yet. No wood. No wood.
Okay. No, maybe. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we look at, let's say, this year, so how often do you ride? Like, just on average. So once a week, once every 2 weeks.
I try to get out there twice a week to do
twice a week.
That section, you know, where I always send my coaching wanted.
Yeah.
So I try to get out there Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Just to do, you know, that spot that you always see the videos from. And this past week I have not been out. I've been a little bit sick.
Okay.
And I'm trying. So I'm real bad about digging myself into a hole when I'm sick and then making myself sicker. So what I'm trying to do is I feel sick, like just a little bit. So I'm trying to not, I throttled back on any extracurricular activities. Like I haven't been to the gym this past week. I haven't ridden the dirt bike. Nothing like that. Because
so you feel a little bit half, so to say.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just keep it at a little bit off instead of digging myself into a hole and then having to recover. You know, take
exactly. And you're in bed for a couple of days instead.
Yeah.
And you can.
So I'm trying to like get out ahead of it. But normally I try to get out to the turn track twice a week.
Twice a week. And so is in your season where you live now, is there an end time that you say, okay, now it's too much rain? Because that is a little bit in your last post. You said, oh, it's raining, let's go biking.
So the spot I ride at, it's not exactly legal to ride at.
Oh, wow.
So what it is it's this piece of land that the state owns.
Yeah.
But people ride there, and it's kind of like the police know you ride there, but as long as you stay there, we're good to go.
And so there is complaining.
Nobody's complaining. So there's not really a season there. They are hunting there.
Yeah.
But it's archery, and I only see him in the mornings and then in the evenings. I don't really see him.
Yeah, but what I'm more asking about here is, if I talk about season, then is it getting wet or cold that you cannot ride? I mean.
I ride all year round.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks.
Yeah. Like if it's depending, like if there's like a foot of snow, I won't go riding. But cold, rain, wet, little bit of snow, I'll go out there.
You go out.
Yeah, I'll go out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Now, I might not go out for like a full hour and a half session. I might cut it down to like half hour, 45 minutes.
But at least go out to
get
a little bit of feeling.
Yeah.
Good. I'm impressed. When it's raining, I'm not going.
Yeah. And there's spots that I will avoid because it becomes this really slick, snotty stuff. So when it gets really wet, I stick to the sand.
Yeah, exactly.
As it dries out, then I'll start going into the trees where the more slicky stuff is.
So I think this is what you talk about, or not?
Yeah.
Oh, for those who did not see it, I run one piece through here, but it looks like indeed very sandy.
Yes, very
far away,
sandy.
but
yeah. So what that sand is from, it's right by a river.
Yeah.
And they dredged the river.
Ah, yes.
Because they used to way back, they used to ship coal up and down the river.
Yeah.
And the coal would fall off the barges. So a company came in, dredged the river, took whatever coal they could get, and then left the sand there. Oh, yeah. So it's all river sand.
Yeah, it's river sand. Oh, so it's also very soft, or you could say.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than like desert sand or windblown sand.
Yeah, but it is. I think the grain is most of the time a little bit thicker than the desert, maybe. Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Ah, that's nice. Yeah, at least if I look to let's say the coloring of this thing. So if I look where your track is going, where that is dark and then light on top, that is because it comes into the light, of course.
Yeah.
I think we also have in the Netherlands sometimes tracks like this, but that's then what we call typically woods type of sand, because it's very gray by itself.
Yeah.
And if you plow it around, it's very dark.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like there's a lot of stuff in it, like natural, like stuff from the leaves of the trees.
Exactly.
Like it's like it's composting or whatever. Yeah.
That is what I said. Around the woods, we have tracks that look like this. So in the light, they're very, very light, color, almost gray. What I see here, and then if you start driving, then you see it's completely dark underneath. Indeed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, cool. So let's see what we have next in stock here. It's a question. So if you plan such a ride day, so maybe this ride, what would we talk about? So how does that look like? Where does it start? Do you first make sure that your ride is okay, or is that done the day before? Get your drinks in order. I don't know, how does that go for you?
No, you're good. So usually how that ride will start is I'll get my drinks. Like I take a little backpack out with me. Mm-hmm. And I put like my camera in there, the tripod, not camera, but cell phone.
Yeah.
Cell phone, tripod, extra spark plug because we're running a 2-stroke.
Yeah.
Wrench to get at it.
Yeah.
And then I'll usually pack athletic drink, we'll say.
Yeah.
And then I also pack like a protein drink.
Oh, yeah.
Like the protein powder in coconut milk and coffee. And then so I do that. Then I'll go out to the garage, prep check tire pressures, top the tank off, nut and bolt check coolant, especially in sandy stuff. And then get all that together, load the bike up, and then get dressed. I drive, since it's right down the road, I drive down in my gear. So I put my gear on.
So your gear is already on. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it is like super wet out, I'll bring a towel to put on the seat of the truck when I'm done.
Okay.
So I don't get mud, so this truck stays kind of clean.
Yeah. But you put it on top of a truck then?
On the seat, the mud. Or no, I put the towel on the seat.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah. Clear. Okay. So I think that brings me also, because you're telling this already a little bit, to the next question. So how far do you ride to go to a track or trail, whatever? So you mentioned it already a few times. So this is down the road, you say. So it's like
that's about 10 minutes. That little trail.
Yeah.
The other trail up at Shade Mountain, that's about an hour. Yeah. We do have 3 motocross tracks.
Yeah.
Within 40 minutes of us.
Yeah.
We have Dutchman, so I haven't ridden any of the motocross tracks here yet.
No.
Because I take the kids. Yeah. And when I take the kids, it's all about the kids. Once they get a little bit older and I can trust that they won't fight over the last juice box and the cooler, then I might bring my dirt bike, but I can't trust them right now. You know what I mean? They're like, they're just brothers, so they're always like trying to find something.
You have to have all the attention for them.
Yeah. So we spend a lot of time, especially in the fall. I like going to the motocross track in the fall because the season's over. Yeah. So the kids get lots of practice time. Whereas if you go in the spring and everybody's has that cabin fever from being locked up all winter, the track is packed. But if you go in the fall, there's been times I've taken Brock and Paul to Sleepy Hollow, and they'll run like 40 minutes straight because there's nobody else. There was one time we were there,
the track, so to say.
Yeah, they were out there for 40 minutes with 2 other kids. Yeah, the other kids were on a 65 and an 85, I believe. Yeah, and the flagger kept looking at me and the other dad like, "Do you want us to bring them off?" We're like, "No, just keep them going." Keep them going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kids won't know. They don't, like Brock and Paul, they'll just keep going. They're like, wow, they'll never dawn on them that they've been out there that long.
That's the funny thing with kids. Eh?
And they have no
hey,
concept of
the bike is not going anymore. Why is that?
I ran out of gas. Yeah.
How is that possible?
So yeah, we have Sleepy Hollow. I don't know if I mentioned it. Sleepy Hollow, Dutchman, and Pagoda. I need to go. We've been to Dutchman, and I need to go to. We haven't been to Pagoda yet, and I need to get the kids over to Pagoda.
And why is it called Dutchman? Is there a Dutchman?
So Pennsylvania has a lot of. Okay, so Pennsylvania has a lot of. Yeah, Pennsylvania have a lot of Pennsylvania Dutch here.
Okay.
We call them Pennsylvania Dutch, and so we have a lot of them. And Dutchman used to be, back in the day, I believe, an oval track, like an oval dirt track.
Okay, yeah.
And he used to call it, and the club that owned it was the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, the Flying Dutchman. That's also.
Yeah. And that's where that comes from. They just cut, I don't know the whole history, but I think somebody else bought it, turned it into a motocross track, and they just call it Dutchman now. And
yeah, funny.
But yeah, we have a lot. My father-in-law, they talk funny too. The Pennsylvania Dutch, they'll say like, "Come once here now," and instead of saying like, "Come here," they'll be like, "Come once here now."
Yeah, come here.
And my father-in-law talks like that.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, are you? I think I mentioned it when I first I'm like, you sound like a Pennsylvania Dutch guy. And he's like, I'm not Pennsylvania Dutch. I'm Pennsylvania German or something like that.
German. Yeah, that can be.
Yeah. He's Pennsylvania. So he doesn't like being called Pennsylvania Dutch. He likes to be called Pennsylvania German.
Yeah. Now, I think for you, the sound of a German or Dutch is pretty similar for me also.
Yeah, probably the same.
I think German is a little bit more. How to write that? It's a little bit more in their language, and Dutch is a little bit more soft. But it is, I think Dutch and German both are. Yeah, it sounds harsh if you listen to it.
A little more growly.
Yeah. And German is even then for me more in that respect. But the funny thing is, so when I was young, very young, our television had I think 2 shows, so Netherlands 1, Netherlands 2, and the rest that was always another country. So we had Belgium 1 and 2, and you have to even turn that with a knob. I can remember, but we also had Germany, and Germany had, I don't know, 5 things that we could watch. So I can remember when I was a kid and I came from home, there was nothing on the Dutch television at those days. So we turned it into the German thing. And there we had, I don't know, all kind of kid shows because they already had that over there. I can remember that I watched complete series in German. Although I could not speak German, but I could sort of understand what they were saying because it is very close to Dutch. And let's be honest, in a child's play thing, you can sort of only look and you already know what's going on. But I can remember, and it was also at a later age that I, in school, started using German. I was thinking, when I was younger, I was just watching that on the telly. And I was aware that it is not Dutch, but
cartoons. I guess kids shows they transfer well.
That must be. Yeah,
and that's interesting. You mentioned. I remember reading about a motorcycle racer.
Yeah,
and he was his father was a motorcycle racer, also going all over Europe. And what he said was interesting was when he was a kid, it didn't matter what country they were in. They could always play a game, even though they spoke different languages. The kids, they would invent a game. That's
without being able to talk. I think also on holidays you see that if you go to a camping with a lot of kids, they start playing together. They start playing football. They start and they have the same sort of rules, or they make it sort of clear what the rules is. I mean, yes and no. Yeah, in every language you can sort of feel what that is, huh?
Yeah.
So I think that is the funny thing, but yeah, it depends a little bit on the child. Some childs are very shy, so they won't dare to do that. But most of the time, if once they're over this first thing, then they start playing, and even if they cannot talk to each other, they can play the whole day together and
they'll figure it
have
out.
fun.
Yeah,
That's what you say. They can, yeah, just play together. In here I put another clip from you. Let's turn it around. It's only a small part. You can tell me.
Yeah, it's Shade Mountain again.
So that's the same forest. Because this is really, I was looking like, whoa, yeah, you have to watch where you're riding, although you cannot 100% only keep on looking at your fender. You also have to look a little bit where you're going.
Yeah. Look ahead, and that's back to the like suspension thing.
Yeah.
Like, how do I tell the suspension guy?
Yeah.
Like, this is what I ride this one day, and then I go ride a sand track the next day. Like, what do you? How do you set that up?
Yeah, I what I understood is from a woods thing, you want it soft.
Yeah.
And if you ride, let's say, I think you can ride soft also in sand if there's not too many steep.
Yeah.
Holes and bumps.
Yeah.
But in a sand track, you because what we saw before in the previous thing, out of that corner, I know because far away you cannot really tell in the video, but in the second route, when I was looking at you, you were going away, and you're really having problems with just getting away there and making speed because of the holes that are there because it's so sandy. Yeah, that is always in sand. That you get these rhythm sections out of nothing.
Yeah, that's what that was actually, so this week before I was sick, that was where my next coaching wanted was going to be, was entering that corner. Okay. That corner from the video where it's, you could tell I'm struggling.
Like,
what do I do?
Yeah, how so you attack it, huh?
Yeah, how do I attack it?
Yeah.
So that was actually going to be my next coaching wanted, was the camera showing me entering the corner.
Now I think it's a good question because I did a training, but then in the Netherlands with a Dutch coach, and I also did that on purpose on a sandy track, as I was telling you, because I find it important to practice that. And last year he did many of his lessons over there, but this year it was the other way around. It was always on a hard track, and yeah, I drove that track. I like the track, but it is a little bit, I don't know. The guy over there, he's doing that a long time, and it's a hard track. And if they do not groom it well, then you get all these small braking bumps and speeding bumps. Yeah, and I was like, what am I doing here? And also, yeah, it doesn't bring me so much, I would say, because it's a hard track. It's sort of easy to ride. Huh?
Yeah,
there's not really something that do not dare to do there. So I especially went to the sand track and I said, yeah, okay, I want to do the sand track here with you because I really struggle with sand tracks. And yeah, it was a day, I can tell you, it was just okay to ride. It is on the border that. While we're in the wait, is it okay if I take 5 seconds to call my wife?
Yeah, go for it.
Daar ben ik. Ik ben nog eventjes bezig, dus als je wil gaan eten, moet je het gewoon doen, ja? So. He was starting to cook, so... yeah, it's about this time normally we eat, so... I wanted to say, okay, we're going to continue for some time, so... Okay. We were talking about sandy tracks, sandy corners. I can remember that I asked that coach as well. I was going really into a sandy corner. I still have to make the video. I have the video made, but I have so little time to do all the editing. And I had the same thing. I was coming up to that corner really with speed, but
yes,
also coming up, it was really sandy. You had no. I find it very difficult if you have speed on a sandy thing, and then to end up in a corner and you have to brake, but you cannot brake because then your front end goes, and you're
yeah,
like, okay, I let go of the gas a little bit, and you do that slowly because else still it's going to do that,
yeah,
right? With the front wheel, like whoa, and
hmm
then you go down and you're at that corner and you're like, okay, where am I going to sit? Am I going to
yeah,
stand halfway or am I going to sit in the beginning already? And he also didn't have a real answer. I, I was not really happy with that, but I can
yeah,
remember I hit it about 20 times.
hmm
And then I had the feel of, okay, I need to sit. For me, it was quite early already, about 25%. So do not keep standing. It was really too sandy because else you would lose your complete front wheel if you could not find a good balance point. And you sit down straight up, what AJ is telling, and you start rolling on the throttle, and you could sort of float around the corner.
yeah, yeah. It's yes. That's another reason. I think that's why I like sand so much is the talent it takes or the skill that it takes. It's not that it's like all motocross and all riding is hard,
Yeah.
but sand seems like it just takes that little bit
Yeah.
more attention to detail or more attention to.
Yeah.
I can't describe it. It's just something about it where it's like, and then when you nail it, which I've
Feels
only done,
awesome,
it
huh?
feels amazing.
Yeah,
And I've
exactly.
only that turn in the video.
Yeah.
I've only I've only done it like 3 times where I did everything correctly,
Nice.
got through the turn, and didn't even realize till like the next turn that I did it. Well, does that make sense? Like
Mhm.
it was almost like I wasn't thinking about it. Like it was happening just naturally, like and then
Yeah.
up the hill.
Yeah.
And then I get to the next left turn and I'm like,
Yeah, that
I
went
can't even, I
okay.
don't even, I don't even remember like what I did. It's like, I don't know, something took over or like it was just,
That is, yeah. I also struggle with that sometimes with the explanation of AJ that he's saying. He says just go very slow, so that you can consciously think about what you're doing. But that
yeah,
doesn't work in sand because
yeah,
if you go slower, it's way harder. So
yeah,
you
yeah,
have to keep the speed going. And then
yeah,
in that speed, you have to make the decision. Yeah, do I sit here? Do I sit like this or like that? And
mm,
and what you say, you go through the corner, and then you're through the corner, and you're like, oh, that was okay.
yeah, yeah,
And what did
yeah.
I do?
I don't remember. I'm
Yeah,
like trying to remember how I
I have
got
the
through
same
it
thing.
and it worked good. When we did a class with the boys
Yeah.
in the beginning of summer. And
Yep.
that track there was like a hard pack track, you know,
Oh.
and my kids were lost. They
Oh.
were, they didn't, because they ride in sand.
Yeah.
That's all they
Exactly.
ride.
Yeah.
So like, they were just, we don't know what to do.
Yeah. For them, it's the other way around, of course.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the complete opposite. They're like, what do I do with this rut? I don't even, what do I do with this, through the turn?
Yeah. A
They,
rut, then, if they are not familiar with that, because in the sand, it's just you can go
yeah,
everywhere. I would say, yeah.
yeah, and you can pick where you want to, pretty much
Yeah.
pick where you want to go. They were just, yeah, it was very good for them to experience something like that, and that's also, yeah, it was, and that's how Sleepy Hollow is too. Sleepy Hollow is it's a clay track, so it
Oh.
gets like, yeah. So when we go to Sleepy Hollow,
Yeah.
I think we'll be going there in November.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a couple laps where they are like totally lost.
Yeah. But I have that. Uh, let's say in the beginning of the season, the first ride. For you continue, but if I do the first ride, I always in my head I have the feeling, and then you start riding, and you have the feeling, and you know how to attack the corner. But if you do the real corner, really doing it, I'm
Mhm.
always like, let's back down a little bit because I'm always a little bit out of balance. So it's like that you get a sort of offset of where you supposed to be. And I always, a lot of the time, I get a front wheel wipe that goes out, a wash. So that it, oh, I'm more to the rear or something. And that's because you're not going into the corner enough or something. And I always have that in the beginning of the season. I really have to get used to that. And then the first time on a sand track, same story the other way around. It's like, okay, where do I sit now exactly? On that thing. And if you do, a whole session with sand, then you're getting okay with that. So what you say, like an hour ride or something, then you're like, okay, I think I found the feeling again.
Yeah. And that's just I think that comes with age too, knowing I got to get warmed up. I remember being younger and getting frustrated not being where I was when I parked the bike. Does that, like, the date, say like 2-3 days had passed and I feel like I'm going slower than I was at the, the 2 or 3 days before I would get in the beginning of my ride. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it took a while for it to dawn on me that, like, you have to warm up. You're not going to go right out there and be at the same pace you were.
Yeah, but that is, but what I mean is that you have everything in your head. You have even the feeling in your head, but when you are riding it, your feeling and your your body is not in sync yet.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah.
And if you then have a few rides, that's apart from warming up your body, then that becomes more aligned, so to say, again. What you have in your mind and what you're doing, you're like, oh yeah, this is the feeling. Oh yeah, here this goes like this. But if I do that first ride, I always very cautious. I ride, let's say half pace.
Yeah, half. Yeah, 50%. Yeah.
And then if you have done a few rounds and you're like, oh yeah, I get the feeling. And then you start picking up the pace, go to 75%, and then pick it up to maybe 100% somewhere. But the first time that I drive, I'm always a little bit careful because so many times I've been that you're waiting until the weather is good, that I can drive here, and then you go to the track and you think, oh, you go to this first corner and then woof. You're lying there. You're like, oh yeah, something did not go exactly as planned. Hey, I think this question we discussed sort of, yeah. So we were discussing that along the way. So I think we do not go into that deeper. I want to go in this thing. Yeah, what makes a perfect ride day?
A perfect ride day for me is me and my boys going for a ride. Now, we haven't done it yet, but the Shade Tree Mountain, the Shade Mountain, I haven't taken them both yet together.
Okay.
Because the trail is tough, and I have to like hop off my bike and help one kid get over trees and stuff like that.
I can imagine, yeah.
So I only take them up there one at a time.
Yeah, I can imagine because two is too much. Yeah,
two's too much. And then the cool thing is they get to spend time with their grandparents, making memories with them when I take the kid up there. It works out.
It's a plus in that respect. Yeah,
you
can. But that is for you a perfect ride day. Yeah, you go with the kid. It doesn't matter.
We go. We leave early. Leave early. Ride all day. Come back to the truck tired and hungry.
Yeah, tired and hungry. Yeah,
tired. Drive off the mountain to that little Italian place and grab cheesesteak and something else. And
nice.
That's the perfect day.
That is really nice. Hey, let's go into the next question. So, how did you come in contact with the Motor Academy? In fact, were you interested in getting to know better riding? How did that go for you?
I want to say it's pretty similar to a bunch of people's. Like I ran across like Ryan Hughes.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Hughes and the fella from the
Mix Factory.
Yeah, MX Factory ran across, through YouTube, ran across him.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane Watts.
Shane Watts. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He's an off-road guy.
Yeah.
He have you ran across him?
Yeah.
Yeah, ran across Shane Watts. I still subscribe to him. He hasn't been putting too much out.
Okay.
And then AJ, I guess just from watching those videos. And then I remember for the longest time, Gypsy Tales was getting put in my YouTube feed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who would want to listen to a guy talk for 3 hours? And I listened to one and I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever listened to. I fought it for so long, like listening to Gypsy Tales.
Yeah,
like
it is long. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, this is long. And I listened to, and I didn't listen all one setting either. Like, I'm like, oh, I can listen to this 10 minutes while I'm doing the dishes.
Yeah. Exactly, in parts. Yeah, that's also what I do.
But that's how I got it. And I don't know what came first, if AJ like running across his YouTube videos or running across AJ on Gypsy Tales, like one of his shorter, because AJ was on Gypsy Tales.
Okay, I'm not following Gypsy Tales a lot, to be honest, because of the length. I have the problem. Yeah. Like, when am I going to listen to all of this? But I've listened to a fair amount of his talks, and it's just, first of all, how that guy talks about motocross, and you feel that passion about everything, and the guys that he asks in, that he also invests a little bit in that, so getting to know a little bit about that person, and it is something special what he's doing in that respect, huh?
Yeah. Him and I listen to a lot of Whiskey Throttle too. I like what he's doing, David Pingree, because he's getting the history of our sport on digital media before it's lost.
Okay.
So he has a lot of older racers on. He has young newer racers on too, and not only racers but just people within like mechanics, suspension. He had Bones from Pro Circuit on there.
Yeah.
He was like their suspension guy. Anyway, so back to how I found the Moto Academy. It was the same, through YouTube and stuff like that, just watching AJ. And I liked his it was him and cameraman Cam.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Those two had such good chemistry.
Yeah.
With like making videos, and I liked watching his vlogs when they would go to Supercross races and stuff like that. And cameraman Cam, how he was excited to go, and you could feel it. Like, this is my first time going to a super. Like,
yeah.
So maybe cameraman Cam sold me on the Moto Academy.
Yeah, I'm also a member of his own YouTube channel. That is the C-Class Riders.
Yeah, same here. I like. Yeah, he might have sold it to me more than AJ did.
Yeah, that sometimes I also think about that. But yeah, that just worked. But but where was then the decision? Say, okay, I'm going to be also part of the community. What was for you sort of figure?
I was when I was working on the farm.
Yeah.
I used to work with a kid that was racing motocross, and he was older, like 16, 17, because he just got his driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking. I was telling him how, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I kind of know what to teach the kids, but I don't really I don't know, because I was here again, poor Paul, but just twist the throttle, Paul. Just twist the throttle.
Yeah, of course. That's the only thing. Yeah.
And I'm pretty open about stuff like, like mistakes I've made and stuff like that. And I remember talking to the kid. I'm like, oh, you just twist the throttle. And he's like, but do you tell him anything else?
Yeah, exactly.
No, just tell him to twist the throttle, So, like, I don't know, and I didn't know. And it was probably just like the perfect timing. AJ was getting kind of big on YouTube, and I was getting to the point with Paul where I was realizing I was going down the wrong path of teaching him how to ride. Like, I had the rep, I saw the dad. And I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them to just twist the throttle. I probably had all these things just come together at that perfect time.
Exactly.
But I don't remember what. I wish I could look it up. What year I signed up for the TMA? I know.
Have you been in the old app?
See, that's so. We were in during COVID.
It is to 1920, I think, for you.
2020, yeah, 2020. I want to say we were in there because I would have Paul watch some of the videos, but we didn't participate much in the
community.
The chat, the chat part of it. I didn't really get really active in the chat part till like last year. I remember like I was one of
the chat part. If you talk about chat, I think that is more in the new app. Are you talking about the real-time chat or just that you can talk one-on-one with a person?
All of it. So I remember I was kind of involved in the community section because I remember you winning the trip.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was kind of in there then, and I would like come and go. You know what I mean? Like I'd stop in, see what's going on, and then like pop out.
Makes sense. You were there for training, eh? That was your purpose.
Yeah. And then last year I would take the boys to wrestling practice.
Oh.
Right. Which is cool, but it gets boring watching them just drill for an hour and a half. Like I'm just sitting there watching them do like 3 moves for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I started like going into I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Like, I don't want to watch a YouTube video because I don't want to disturb other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, let me open up the Moto Academy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I start like scrolling, and I'm starting, and there's not, you could. And what was cool was it wasn't super active at that time, and the boys had practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so there was enough time. Like if you checked it at that time, if you checked it every day, it would be pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Right. But there was enough time between in the practices where more stuff would pop up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like it was like the perfect timing. Like I would every Tuesday, Thursday, I'm gonna go check the Moto Academy.
I'm online.
Yeah,
checking everything.
Yeah. And then like I am a shy person.
Oh yeah.
So like it takes me a little while to like warm up to
is that because that is not how you appear to me here. I mean, you were quite open. We had the first talk, and so
once I'm going, once I feel comfortable, it's like we're good. I'm good to go.
Okay.
And that's one thing I like about the app too is I can kind of get to know people before I meet them.
Yeah.
So there's not that weird. Hi, I'm Bert. Hi,
yeah. Okay, I understand a little bit what you mean. Yeah. It's more the ones in when meeting a person for the first time and who's that guy? Yeah, you have that feeling a little bit by default, so to say, maybe.
But I am an OG member. I just don't. I can't. I wish I could like find out when I actually like started paying the subscription fee. Like
for me, that's very simple. I can just see that on my credit card.
Yeah,
but that is because it's the only thing that I pay with credit card.
Yeah. I try to do that with my wife's, but like Bank of America goes back like maybe a year, and then they don't.
Oh.
Now maybe if I called them, you know what I mean, like call them or something like that.
How important is that? So you have seen that I won the trip. So that was the old app then. So
okay. I do remember
the old app
trip.
Then.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I also had to remind them that the new app that they had their anniversary. Yeah, did you see my post about that or not? They forgot about it. They forgot about that they had the new app for 1 year. They totally forgot.
Oh really? Oh, that's funny.
So
no, I didn't see it.
I posted that I went on holiday, and that was also a stupid thing because I had to test the 2.0 app. There was a few people that were asked to test the 2.0 app.
Oh, okay.
And so I, in the beginning, I put in that I was going on holiday, and I was putting in some photos with my wife just to test how things would work. Huh?
Yeah.
And I was going exactly to the same place, exactly on the same date. And I said, guys, this is 1 year of this app. And they were like, oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
That is funny. That is funny.
Yeah, but it was also for me like, hey, hey, it's exactly the same day that we make this photo.
Mm.
I was also every time when I go on holiday, I have more time, so I look more in the app and I start looking.
Oh
What did I post? Oh yeah, did I post? And this was one of it.
Mm.
This was funny. I was like,
That
hey,
is
this is 1 year later.
yeah, yeah, that is funny.
Hey, a question.
That's fun. I've only sent my kids once.
Okay, so
I've never done a class
you
yet.
never did a class.
No, not personally. No, no.
And it's more like you find it more important that the boys will do a class, or
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's more important. More important for the boys for sure. Now, if AJ gets one at Sleepy Hollow, I'm the boys are staying home. Like I already told Gretchen, like if he comes to Sleepy Hollow or any, Coach Ty,
yeah,
Coach Mitchell, Coach Allison, any of the coaches, if they wind up at Sleepy Hollow Motocross track for a class, that's
you're
mine.
going to go.
I am going.
I think it is good that you would do that. First of all, I only did also one there because for me it's not really that accessible. Yeah, it's I have to take the plane and then there's no bike there. So yeah, that's not really that I could easily do that. But yeah, I think it is a little bit what I expected it to be.
Mhm.
So that is because we've seen so many videos of AJ.
Oh yeah.
And of course, especially in the beginning in his YouTube channel, there was a lot of videos also just from classes.
Yeah.
Of course, it started first with that private lessons, but later on there was also quite some videos about doing stuff in the classes. So you already have a sort of feeling what is going on. And to be honest, before Moto Academy, I explained it also in my YouTube video that you looked at, I never did any training anywhere. I was just twisting the throttle and talking about riding with other guys, but never an instructor saying, "Oh, do this, do that, or try this and try that." So, because I started this, following this Moto Academy myself, I thought, well, is there not nowhere a coach here in the Netherlands or something? And I really typed in, but then in Dutch, schooling for motocross, and paf, it was there. And I was like, oh, okay, we can do this. And it was a track that I known, and it was not so far. And I thought, yeah, let's do that. And so I experienced that day over there, and I did. Now that was then the first time in that year, but it was a little bit the end of the year. And then last year, I think I did 5 lessons or something with the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
And what the nice thing is for me, at least with the lessons, is it's a little bit different from if you start just doing a practice thing. If you have the woods for your own, but if I go to track, there are 40, 50, 60 other guys that are going around you, and you cannot really focus on one corner or something. You cannot really focus on doing a bump and then go one more time and see what do you need to do to get the bump right. Now you have to drive the whole track, and my track that is 2.5 minutes for me. So you already forgotten how the bump was, right?
Yeah. Now I found that interesting too. So we're talking about when I was riding motocross, when I would ride motocross out in Nevada.
Yeah.
There's a couple tracks I would ride.
Yeah.
And you would see people doing section work.
Yeah.
Like they would run a turn, pull off safely. But here, I have not seen anybody doing any section work during a live practice.
Yeah, that in my track, if I would do that, they would send me home because I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah, see, I found that's weird because like I didn't get we watched motocross, with the stuff on the TV as a kid and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to like my first motocross track until I was, I don't know, like 27 or something.
Yeah.
To go ride it, and it was it was natural for me to, because that was what I experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a throwback for people in Reno, Exit 28 motocross track, which is, it's closed. It's been closed for a while now.
Okay, yeah.
But there used to be a motocross track called Exit 28. And I would see people, like, they would do the section of jumps.
Yeah.
Go off the track, come back around.
Do it again.
All, and then we came here, and I didn't see anybody doing section. And that wasn't the only track that would do it. They would do it at the Fallon motocross track, Exit 28. They would do it at oh gosh, well, there's another motocross track, Honey Lake. That's that might be a throwback to the Northern California people. I don't know if that's still open. And those tracks, and I would see people doing like section work.
Yeah.
And then we came here, and I'm like, what? And everybody's just
doing that. Yeah,
nobody's section work.
But I think that I understand why they do not allow it, because
no.
If I would start doing it at my track, I don't know. Depends on a little bit how a track is organized. But in the Netherlands, we have no room. So the space that we have is track. There's nothing outside the track. So if I would start doing section work, then I'm going to hit somebody.
No, same thing with, like, there's a couple spots at Sleepy Hollow I think you could get away with doing some section work. But I also think because it's not part of what they're used to, it would throw people off, where in Nevada everybody was doing it, so they were just, everybody's used to it, kind of keep an eye out.
They pay
part
attention.
of their culture. Paying attention, part of their culture.
And at least so I did these trainings here, and this guy is also doing section work. So he's just working on corners, getting the balance in corners, how to turn on the throttle. He's more for the foot out. That is everybody's a little bit different. And this year also I started with my Stark. After I had my big crash this beginning of this year, and I immediately started with doing a lesson with him, just to build up a little bit of confidence. And he said, put out your leg. I said, no. Last year I was practicing keeping my feet on. Now I will try to keep on doing that. And only a few times I will put out my leg. So if I need it or something. But
that might have been, I remember AJ talking about that, and when I first started watching him, I had injured my knee twice, bad, not ACL, not surgery bad, but bad enough to be like, that was dumb. Don't do that again. And right about that time, I might have stumbled across AJ talking about feet on the pegs, and I'm like, all right, you're because we were talking about, I want to stretch this out till I'm 80. So like
then you have to ride with foot pegs. That's a funny thing that you talk about that. I have a friend of motocross. He's at least 10 years older than me. At least. And he's not driving so much anymore, but he already has 2 new knees, so it's not a real knee anymore. So and since he got his knee done, or they start hurting, let's put it in that way, because that starts first, of course. And from when they started hurting, he was driving much more with feet on the peg. And when he would tip over, because I've been driving behind him, that he would tip over, because we do the first round, and then it's a little bit wet, and you slide out there. You do not know exactly how fast you can go. And he would not stick out his feet. He would just let himself fall.
Just go down with the ship.
And I was like, you didn't even stick your feet out. No, I'm not going to do that.
No,
because I'm not going to hold it.
If I'm falling towards the right, I might, because that knee hasn't been injured yet. If I'm falling to the left, I'm going down. I'm going down with the boat. Like I'm not. But the other thing too, what dawned on me was, I might pick up a half second in the turn, putting my foot out. But there's so many other places on the track to make up time that it's better for me to just keep my feet on the pegs and make up time on a straightaway, or braking a little bit later or something like.
Now, it's funny that you talk about that, but the video that I'm editing for a long time. That's from last year still. But exactly these questions I'm trying to answer to see what does it take if I take my foot out or not my foot out. Does it make so much difference? Because it feels for me it is much slower, but it feels. I can already say that because in reality, it's what you say. It's really not that much.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine.
No, it's not. And I did some timings. I think you will like the video, but it's not ready yet. But exactly that I was also sort of questioning because if I'm, at least that is what I notice, if I'm riding a new corner for the first time, my leg goes out. I cannot do it without. That is because I learned myself to do that. Also, if I'm a little bit late with my braking, my leg goes out. I don't know what it is. It is to get me in that direction or the other direction. I don't know. That's sort of built in. And I'm doing it totally wrong because I'm pointing downwards. I know that. Yeah.
It's a probe.
Yeah, it's a probe indeed. But I do feel that if you put your feet out, you also sort of bring balance forwards a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, but I last year I tried to make it a thing that I could drive with my feet on. So
one thing I'll do too, and it's very specific. Certain turns, I will, if I'm standing all the way through the turn, and I'm pushing on my left foot on the feet on the pegs, I might lift my right side up off the peg just a little bit. And I think that's my brain telling me, okay, you got all the I'm standing. So there's no doubt in my mind, all the pressure is on the outside peg.
Foot.
Very, very, it's not very common, but I know there's one turn up here where if I video myself, you'll see my right foot is just off the inside peg just a little bit.
That is more for your brain to feel what's going on, huh?
Yeah, so I'm trying to drive everything into that outside peg. And it's only, like I said, it's only standing all the way through. Like if I'm sitting, it's not going to be like it's a standing and a very specific turn where I'm just everything's in there.
Hey, the next thing, I think you already talked about this a little bit. The next question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you talked about Gypsy. You talked about.
I do follow. Yeah. Gypsy, Whiskey Throttle. I do follow MX Factory. I like him. He seems like a legit guy. Like the guy from. He seems like a pretty solid dude. And I don't know if you follow. He's been blowing up my shorts. He's doing like 50 ride things in 50 days. So every day he's dropping another short.
Yeah, like he keeps on going with these things.
Yeah, like he disappeared for like a while. I'm like, where is this dude? And then all of a sudden he is like in my shorts.
Did you look at his YouTube thing because he was working with a guy? Yeah, there were two.
Okay,
and that one person, and you have that also in the videos. He also explains that. He said, okay, I'm going to stop doing this with you, and therefore also for all this video making and all that stuff, that also sort of fell down the drain. Because they were doing that together and also doing the school together, and so if you go from 2 to 1, then you have to prioritize. You have to say, okay, what am I going to do? I get money for doing classes, not for the video so much, right? But you have to make the videos for getting people in again, new people in.
I follow him. I do follow Ride with the Knights. You've seen them too. They're out in Utah, I think. Ride with the Knights. I follow Austin Bott. I follow
No, I've seen a few things from him indeed.
I'm subscribed to Austin Bott. Who else? I'm subscribed to a bunch of people in Moto Academy. If they put a link up, If you put a link up, you're gonna get a subscribe. Like that's all you have to do. Yeah, I said yeah, but I'm trying to think of other technique people. Shane Watts.
Oh yeah,
because I like, even though him and AJ might disagree on foot position on the pegs.
yeah,
He's more of a flat-footed guy.
yeah.
Catch the break.
Yeah.
But what? Okay, so he's flat-footed. AJ's balls of feet, right?
Yeah.
But I like what Ryan Hughes said in one of his videos was, your dirt bike boots are dancing shoes. They're never in one spot. Now, Grant, he showed the bottom of his boots, and you can see where he is most of the time, balls of feet.
Yeah.
But there's scratch marks here.
Yeah.
There's some scratch marks up here. And he's like, these are your dancing shoes. There is no, yes, balls of your feet most of the time, but sometimes there's going to be a point where you need to be arches or even heel. And I like.
If I sometimes look to, because I look at photos a lot and videos now of myself, because I trying to improve, and just by looking at videos myself, and I see it sitting down where the feet go, they go everywhere sometimes. I'm like, oh, yeah. And you do not think about it. Eh? You just act, and it feels good or doesn't feel good. I do not know. You do not have a camera next to you when you're riding. If where you put your foot, that doesn't work like that. So yeah, it is indeed. I think you put it a little bit all over the place. But I'm still struggling a lot with keeping on the balls of my feet. I noticed I learned myself to ride the duck-footed thing.
Yeah. Oh, like yeah. And it's almost like a defensive position. Like you're waiting for something bad to happen. Like AJ's position is nothing's bad's going to happen.
No.
You're strong, you're confident, you're smooth. No. And then there's defensive position where you're like, oh man, there could be I need to be able to reach these controls.
Yeah. I can imagine. I can remember when I started. When I saw the first videos, I thought, oh, let's do this. I can do this. And at the first corner, I forgot to brake.
Yeah.
Because I was used to just do this. And now I had something under my feet, which normally was meant for my mind. There was a brake under it.
Yeah.
So I was pushing on the back. And nothing happening.
And another thing too, I've done, so when I was doing the road bike thing, the street bike thing, I did 2 track days at VIR, Virginia International Raceway. Yeah. And even that guy was saying, like, you look at road racers and you think they're sitting on the seat. And he's like, they are not sitting on that seat. Their feet, they're driving everything into they're on the balls of their feet. And this is back in I did a track day 2003, 4. So this is way back then. And he was saying balls of feet, and you should have a little bit of light between your butt and the seat at all times on.
But it makes sense, eh? You bring the weight down.
Yeah, driving everything.
The center of mass you bring down.
Yeah. So, and he's like, it's funny because like that guy was saying it in 2003, 4, and
to be honest, some things are as old as life, and they only evolve a little bit over time, huh? And
they're tweaking and
Hey, a little bit about. So you started your own YouTube channel?
Yes. Yeah. We start. So
how did you created the video with your mobile phone?
Yes. Yeah. It's only iPhone right now.
Yeah, but it's very good because I already said to you. So you it looked good quality. You had even audio under it.
Yeah. So that's what the boys and I we're just gonna try, make a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because who was it? Somebody just started one recently, and they always mention how he has like the best picture in the app. I can't remember his name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That is that white, everything in white, I think, is it not?
Yeah, and he's just like staring at the cat. Oh, I forget his name. Anyway, he started one, and I was like, man, that's a pretty, that's a good idea. So I just started putting stuff up from what we videoed at Two Stroke Shootout at Sleepy Hollow. And then I think the boys and I we're just gonna shoot stuff and throw it out there and see what sticks, what doesn't, just for fun. And then the other thing too is it's experience for the kids, like learning how to like run a YouTube, looking at what I like about it is all the statistics or analytics and all that stuff, so they can learn.
It's in itself is good for them to have a look at these things. And
yeah.
But the editing was also done on the phone then.
Yeah, all the editing was on the phone.
So,
yeah,
I've never done it myself in that way. So for me, so you can just upload from your phone to YouTube. That's possible then.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't do like I would not try to edit like this type of video on the cell phone.
No.
There's no there's no way.
Not enough memory.
I would say maybe like something under 5 minutes you probably could do. But what's his name? I follow Matt Burkeen too on YouTube.
Okay.
Matty B. And he started his channel with just an iPhone, and he's at.
I think, to be honest, I was talking to my wife. I said I was thinking about buying another camera. I already have 2 cameras to take to the track.
Oh, okay.
And but it's just DJI cameras. I'm not going to buy. I was thinking, do I want to go for a real camera to be able to zoom in and stuff like that? But I'm thinking, how many times am I going to really do that? The only thing for what I use it mostly is just to make analysis video for myself. And I do not want an expensive camera next to the track.
No.
What I also notice is that, with these, I have them here, but with these cameras, it's quite some work because you have to get it from this camera. You cannot, you can look on that little screen for a moment what you're doing, but it's not really that after you drive that you say, oh, let's have a look on that thing. That's just too small, everything. So I was thinking that maybe my next camera is just an iPhone. And I'm going to buy a good holder for it, and that you can just start record and then just put nothing for the rest on that phone. Only use it for recording, because the nice thing is if you then put a card in, or if you're at home, if you do not want to put a card in with Wi-Fi, you can upload it in 5 minutes. And with the iMovie what's on there, you can cut it in pieces very easily and put stuff behind each other. And it's so much, say, the workflow is so much faster than with these separate cameras. I have to get it off. It takes, sometimes I run these things for 1.5 hours or 2 hours, and there's 2 cameras, and I have to first upload it to my computer. Now it takes 20 minutes before everything is on my computer. And then I have to watch it to think, oh, is this interesting? Yes or not? Now, I have 1.5 hours to watch if it's interesting. Then I do a sort of cutting already, saying, oh, this is a little piece, and can I make a story out of that? Now, I'm already hours and hours further before I have something that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, this can be something interesting for
and I think that's like the iPhone is, I think the iPhone will carry, and it's not even like the newest iPhone, it's like an iPhone 12. Because the iPhones don't change anyway. Like really. I want to try, see how far this will carry us. And then,
good. I also just started it for vlogging a little bit myself, keeping a sort of record. I can keep it on my thing, but why not share it with the world? We can do that. And we also learn a little bit about indeed publication, what comes with that, etc., etc. I do know a little bit about it by now, but I'm still not an expert. I've looked at a lot of so-called experts on YouTube themselves talking about what you should do and should not do. I'm not doing that, first of all, because for me it's not about the numbers followers that I get. It's for me not so important.
The one thing though I did learn, and I wanted to tell the other people in Moto Academy too, as they're starting a YouTube channel, was one of the guys said, never click on your own video and only watch it for 30 seconds.
Oh
So
yeah.
some people will upload it, and then you want to check your work,
Yeah.
right? And then you click on it and you watch it for, say it's a 10-minute video, but you only watch it for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Then you click off. Well, you just told YouTube that you don't even like your own video.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to tell the people in Moto Academy that, like, hey, I learned this little tip. Like, don't click on your own movie or your own video if you're not going to watch it all the way through.
I didn't know that. So you see,
yeah,
so it's good that we share these things. It's
I
always good.
started doing. So if other people put a YouTube video up,
Yeah.
like in the app, I won't click on it until I have the time to, because I don't want to mess their algorithm up.
No.
So I'll wait till I have time to watch it.
You were too nice for the world, Bert.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't care less if you click it and click it again. I'm not into the statistics that much. So yeah, a burning question, because I heard that you are the number one, and that's already quite some time. I was somewhere in the 20s, between 20 and 30. How the hell do you keep up with all these apps and oh, I where do you find the time? I sometimes think.
Yeah, I just well, that's it. Being a stay-at-home dad, I can make time. My schedule is totally open.
Yeah.
So like, if I want to take
the schedule, but I also understand if you're at home, it's not that you have to do nothing, right? Wash has to be done, dishes has to be done, everything around the house needs to be done. I guess that your wife says that is now your responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean,
except for her work clothes, she washes her own work clothes.
Okay.
Because they have to be like a general cycle or whatever.
Okay.
Clothes for work. But I think I do everything. Yeah, the groceries, all the other stuff, run the kids around.
Yeah.
All that. So it is busy, but I just
you have enough time.
And that's it. There's no, like, if there's nothing. I can make it. I can set up my day how I want. How I want to.
That's nice. It's really cool, and I have to say, I can say it now in person, because you give me also a lot of likes, and I'm like, oh yes, Bert already saw it. It's really nice, and I think everybody in the app will say that it is really, you motivate everybody in either writing something, saying something like, hey, cool that you shared this, share more, because it's good to see what you're doing. Yeah, that is really really nice that you're doing that. And sometimes I'm reading that, I should also do that, but I feel that I do not have enough time to do that.
Yeah, and then to read it too. Like, if they do respond, if you do ask them a question, right? Like they'll talk about their ride, and then you're like, well, how did the track? You ask them a question, then you have to respond to that too. So, and that's I find I like hearing people's stories. I like seeing people's stories.
Here?
Yeah, I find people, their back, everything really, really interesting. Like, I just like listening to people, like, talk, tell me about where they come from, how they got there.
All that's a little bit mutual then, because that's why I'm doing this podcast here as well.
Yeah.
It is a little bit behind that. I have to also say, to use AJ's words, it's also a little bit the ego that I thought, well, my job is talking to people because I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
And so I do these talks a lot. Only I'm teaching something, and not something technical. It's not so important. And I mean, I thought, well, can I do this also technically? Am I able to do this on my own here?
Yeah.
That was for me also a challenge. And
oh yeah, for sure. And that's, you see, if you talk to people all the time and listen to their story, it's like you ever hear the saying, like, the plumber has a sink in his house that leaks because he plumbs all day.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to fix his own sink. Or a mechanic. You ever notice, like, mechanics have the worst running cars?
Yeah.
Because they work on cars all day.
Yeah, and the painter has an unpainted house, right?
Yeah. And then, like, how you were saying, you talk to people all day.
Yeah.
So that would be it. That would be a tough one to do. To talk and listen to people if you're doing it all day.
That is a little bit the thing. I think in my work I have to listen between the lines. Is that a thing in United States?
Yeah. Read between the lines. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that is what I do a lot in my work. So I thought, well, that is also nice in if you do these things, and yeah, I was also a little bit like, oh, AJ is doing these podcasts like of free floating. It felt like a long time, especially when Cam was gone out of the podcast. So I was thinking, now I will do something with some fixed questions in here, so that there's a sort of
more structured
flow in there, and there's room to go a little bit sideways, but we go back to the flow of questions, and there is also a roundup somewhere.
Yeah.
And that roundup is here. And that is this last question I always have.
Who should I interview next? That's a tough one.
Yeah. But you say you're interested in people. So I have here a piece of paper. I can start writing down. And what you have to give me is just some names from the app.
Yeah, you already had the real GP on.
Yeah, the real GP I had on.
You had Mark 24 on.
Yes, Mark 24, yeah.
And you had Mind Moto.
Yes. That was the first, huh?
Yeah, the first three. Yeah, I made it through the first three.
Yeah, Mind Moto, I still have to finish with him, because I said him already a few times. Hey, Mind Moto, we still have to finish one. But he's busy, and with his he has 2 jobs in fact now.
Oh wow. Yeah, so
and he also has a family. So yeah.
Ooh, Austin Bott.
Austin.
What is his name?
Get the phone. Yeah, you have the phone. We're using the phone.
No, I got the app up. You still there?
Yeah.
All right. So hold on a second. I have the app up. Members. What is his name? Mike and Andrew.
But Mike and Andrew, they were also winners, huh?
Were they?
I thought they were.
Yeah. Mike and Andrew.
Or am I confusing him with?
No, I think he.
Jake and Blake.
He might have been winners, but I might not have been in the app. Like, it might have been one of my times. What's his name? He posts all the time. Oh, what is his name? I used to get him and Mike and Andrew mixed up.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm scrolling. He has. Oh, you know what? I know where I can find him. He sent a good morning today, and he had a he had like a cute little potato note on it's on a picture. It's for his school.
Okay.
Hold on, we're getting close.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, Alex Panda.
Alex Panda.
Yep. All right, where's it at? Oh, Matthew Giffing.
Oh yeah.
I used to get him when I first really started getting in. I used to get Matthew Giffing and Mike and Andrew mixed up because of the M. And I used to get Justin Stuck, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And another J guy, Jay. I used to get them mixed up too.
Yeah. I to be honest, and that is a little bit the thing. So Austin Bott, he has a face for me already. And that's because we have seen quite some stuff from him. Mike and Andrew, I'm also a little bit wondering if I'm mixing them up with some other dad and son, but I can remember there was it was a trip win, but it was they drove to the track, so to say. They only have a sort of afternoon, and they had a podcast, and that was it.
Yeah, I'm trying. Who else?
I thought it was Mike and Andrew, but it can also be somebody else.
Yeah, Mike and Andrew, Matthew Giffing. I see him a lot.
Yep.
Let me see.
But the question is, who should get more familiarity in the group? I think Austin Bott is doing already a good job himself.
Yeah.
He's getting himself out, but in fact, we need somebody who we need to push a little bit.
Push a little bit.
Or
what? Have you done any women yet?
No, not really.
Oh, so we got for women that ride. There's nowhere to click that says women that ride.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So you got at what is it? Severlo.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen a few names coming by, but it was a
Yeah.
girl who was really going into, and then all of a sudden it was quiet from her.
Yeah. Allie. I think her name's Allie Severlo.
Could be,
There's
yeah.
Allie Severlo.
Yeah. LES.
Yeah. Or C. It starts with a C.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. And then there's a woman that posted that posts semi frequently. Yeah, that's a weird. What I can't figure out is like I don't know if if the Moto Academy is like super, like the women don't post super frequently.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I wonder.
Yeah, but if a lot of guys are doing that, so that you get a little bit of like, am I going to do this? Is this a little bit, yeah, giving a wrong vibe or something? And there was a girl who's in the beginning she was in, and then she was posting almost every week. You look, I'm making this jump for the first time, and I'm like, whoa. And there is a dad who I think from a girl who posts a lot, and she also had an accident. I think she was just started riding again.
Yeah. And then Austin Bot
or something.
Oh yeah. What's there? Austin Bot had a woman design his graphics. I should know her name. I don't remember her name right now.
Yeah, but indeed it was in his post. Indeed, yeah.
Yes, you'll be able to find it there.
Yeah,
she would probably be a good interview as well. Definitely, it would definitely be cool to have like a woman. Sadie Hansen, she just posted yesterday.
No, it's a good idea. I did not think about it. That's why I ask, of course. So,
yeah.
Women of the TMA, I'm going to contact you.
Yeah.
No. But I think, yeah, it's always just fun to go from here to there, and it's always interesting. Jamie also mentioned another person that I should still contact, but now you were the first, and as I said, the universe was pushing me that I had to do this interview with you, because personally I was not really ready to do this interview, because I had a lot of things that I first wanted to get done, but it is not done. And sometimes that is also I sort of get okay with these things. I'm like, yeah, go with the flow. That video will come, and it doesn't really matter if I post this video now or next month, whatever. That doesn't matter. And this, it felt like, okay, I want to do this, and it's also why I made the video for you, because I did that also in between other edits, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make something about that clutch flick.
Yeah, my kid Brock loves that song. Brock likes that song you made for it.
Yeah, that is also a little bit what I said, that I was already surprised that you made your video, your short, and also with a song, because I think the first year I did not put any songs in it, because I was like, I was already happy that I had something, sort of edit or something.
Yeah, so with the songs, when you do a short, it just pops up. Like you hit the music, and then it'll give you suggested music that gets your shorts more views. Yeah. So that's what I was talking about. Like, I don't know if you saw my post a couple posts ago, but dirt bike people either like Metallica, the sound of a two-stroke. That's it. The other ones where like I tried to get I had David Bowie in one of them.
Yeah.
And it not like they're like, no, we don't want this. We don't want
fit.
And it was it was David Bowie's oh gosh, what is it? The where he's the astronaut or whatever. Like it's pretty fun. I made that video as the dude was jumping.
Yes.
Like Major Tom,
Yeah. I can sort of relate to what you picked there, yeah.
And nobody like
yeah. Yeah. I also in that respect, I'm also like, yeah, uh, do whatever you like. I mean, unless
Yeah,
you want to please, let's say, a big audience, then
yeah,
and if you say, okay, this is a song that I pick, what does it matter?
yeah.
It's
And that's Brock said that yesterday.
yeah,
Brock was like, what you do is you feed them a little bit of the junk food that they want,
yeah,
and then you put in the good stuff. You know, like the stuff you want to do,
yeah,
and then you feed them a little bit more junk food, and then
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
feed them, do what you want to do, and he's like, you kind of like balance it out
I
because
think
Brock,
that is how you must look at it, indeed. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and that's it. Brock and Paul, they're younger than you and I, so they know all like the slangs and
yeah, yeah.
what we're watching and stuff like that. Like,
But
yeah,
they're into it as well, then to make it happen, so to
oh
say.
yeah, yeah, it's fun. So like, it's becoming an influencer is like one of the like top jobs for like
Yeah,
kids their age. Like, I want to be a gamer or an influencer. And then that I heard when one of your podcasts, you guys were talking. I think you guys were talking about AI.
yeah, yeah. With
Yeah. And it
yeah,
was funny when you guys were talking about AI. I'm like, well, everybody's going to become influencers after AI takes over.
yeah, but you're laughing, but I think it. I've had a story about a guy who's sort of talking a little bit about the future, huh? So saying from, yeah, how's the future if we go maybe from, let's say, 20 years from now, and so that it means that when your children are, oh yeah, in an
Oh
age
yeah,
that we
yeah,
are, and
yeah,
what he sort of envisions, he says, yeah, AI is going to sort of get off, or the what is AI? AI is still a sort of computer learning thing, but that
yeah.
computer learning, it will grow, and it will
Oh yeah,
they will solve problems with those things that currently just by humans is not possible or something. So
yeah,
there will be something, and one of the big things he says, and now in our current age, we go to school and we learn a lot of facts.
yes,
And if you think about it, that we have maybe in, let's say, 20 years, we have so good computers, they can learn themselves all these facts and organize all that stuff, then it's a little bit questionable. Uh, do you really need to learn in school so many facts?
yeah, yeah. No, that's a very valid question. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be there's going to be a lot. It's there's going to be a lot of unanswered, like a
Yeah, yeah,
lot of
but
good
and
coming
that
up.
was his point. He's saying so it will become more important in the future if you can become a communicator, create art, like something new that is
Oh
not there
yeah, yeah,
yet, and
yeah,
uh, indeed, from a personal point of view, that you become a warm person because people then like to be around you. You do not need to. I did a technical school. Now it's a little bit questionable if that is really something for the future. If let's say we have so smart computers that, yeah, do we really need to go to a school to learn about these
yeah,
things, or
yeah,
is it now, can we just only regulate the process and is it learning? You still have
yeah.
to know people who know, let's say, all the details, but some of the jobs that will disappear to some extent.
Oh yeah,
But if
yes,
we need
yeah,
wiring in the house, we need wiring, and that's still, it's not going to go there. So you need
yeah,
hands again. So yeah, I don't
yeah.
know. It's
It's very interesting. That's for sure. That's what I could say. I don't know if it's good or bad. I can just say it's interesting.
no. I also cannot say it's good or bad. I use it in my work a little bit, and
Yeah,
there I would say it's positive. I use it as a, yeah, how they say, sort of work where you give it questions, and then you
yeah,
do some yeah, overview of text to say, oh, okay, what's now the big point here? Oh yeah, this is the thing. Oh yeah, this is the outline. Okay, good. And you have a good starting point for, I don't know, if you have a meeting or something, and then just an outline of the meeting, because normally
yeah,
I always have to think about 10 times what I write down because I'm not a native English speaker. And
yeah,
although I can have this conversation with you, but in itself we're not expressing so much feelings or something. And if I need to write that down, now forget it. Then I
yeah,
am busy for hours. getting the right words in the right order. And that, if I use AI, no, I can write in my own language, and he makes a translation like, oh yeah, yes, that is the word what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And in the way he puts that, then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. That I cannot imagine it myself, because I simply miss the amount of use probably in that wording in that way. And if I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, this is how it should be.
Yeah, for sure.
And Apple already has it with the new ears. What I heard, that you can press the button and it does a real-time translation.
It's crazy.
For me, that was something from Star Trek, eh?
Yeah.
The universal translator.
What we used to see in Star Wars and Star Trek is like it's becoming reality.
That's what I mean. You can just buy it. I don't know how good it is, but I mean, I can even tell you that that was a really worst thing this week. We have students that are sometimes not so good in English, and we do the class in English. And I had to send him out because his English was so bad.
Yes.
We could not have a conversation what we do here. He opened up his Google Translate and he started typing in his own language and saying, yeah, you do not know how much effort I put in this. And I said, yeah, I understand that it is much more effort for you. But since it's still not common to have a sort of translator that we can talk to in real time, you still have to be able to read, because all our manuals that we use are in English. And you have to put everything in a translator one by one. That won't work. It simply won't work, because first of all, the translation, some stuff will get lost as maybe a step or detail what is not translated correctly. And I say, I do not trust it. You have to do maintenance on medical equipment, and I have to be 100% sure that you can do it.
Oh yeah.
And the manual is in English, and if you cannot read that,
yeah, it's not going to work.
It's more. It is. To be honest, I also said it to the guy. I think you're a very smart guy, and I also feel that you're technically inclined. Is that a good word? So that he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But he cannot express it in English. And one thing maybe that is talking, but also if I ask him a question, he doesn't need to respond in very difficult words or something. Even I ask him, type in English then I ask him a question and he could not answer the question because he cannot translate real time my wording into words in his own language. If I put it in writing, he does copy paste and he puts it in the Google Translate. Yeah, I said that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You have to have some level of, let's say, basic knowledge of understanding of words, of sentences, to really safely execute procedures that we have for adjusting a system, calibrating a system, etc.
Oh yeah. And that's, my wife explained it to me too. Like when you speak English, they have to hear it, translate it into their own language, move stuff around.
Yeah.
Cool. But then they gotta respond from in their language, put it into English, and then say it. And
that's what I'm doing here real time the whole time. Huh?
Yeah, it blows my mind. That was another thing. A question I've been meaning to ask the app. When I type stuff to people in Germany, does it come in their language?
No.
Okay. So they're reading in English?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
I was wondering, remember the fellow from China?
Yeah.
I was wondering if his was like going into Chinese and then coming back.
No.
Whatever, yeah.
No, but they will use a translator most likely.
Oh, okay.
Because
there was a couple.
Sorry?
What? There was a couple times he posted and it was in his language.
Exactly. So
I had to like cut and paste.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. So they will. I've seen that quite a lot because I have had Chinese students as well in the past, and they come with translators. They translate everything. And to be more precise, when I started, that was really funny when I saw that the first time. The guy they sit in a class for 3 weeks, and we created PowerPoints, and they had to every night make a report about the day in their own language to the manager. What it was about, what was talked about in the class.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And they had to make a photo of everything, and with that photo they had to sort of rewrite the story, but then in their own language to the manager. And that is how the manager keep the finger on if they understood what was going on.
Oh, wow. My wife has to do that at her work for like different. She works with getting patients out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And she has to write like basically like a narrative on what she did, what everybody else did, like for every patient. Like she can't just write patient left, like patient's good, patient went. It has to be like a narrative. I'm like, what?
Yeah, a lot of work, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bert.
Yeah. There we go.
I think you can see it. We made it. I don't know how long we talked, but we did quite a time, and I liked it. It was a super story. It was a super podcast for me, at least. I get to know you, and I think everybody in the app is also getting to know you a little bit better.
Yeah,
that is really super. So
it's good.
I can only say thank you for your time, and let's do a thumbs up to the camera.
Thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice. If you like the podcast, please give the thumbs up. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Moto Academy community, use the link in the description below.